Yes, people, welcome to the Boxing Day special Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, hosted by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note, also joined by my fellow co-host, Yan City. First and foremost, Yan, what are you telling me? You good? How's your Boxing Day been? Yada, yada, yada.
Yeah,
Good?
fine.
Yeah,
Chilled out.
you recovered from last night from sipping all that gin, yeah?
Yeah, I was on wine from
Oh,
about
wine.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you was on wine, but then did you not get gin later, or am I tripping?
No, I had gin earlier. Gin was in
Oh,
the
right.
day.
I know gin was on the occasion because we were talking about gin, we were talking about wine, talking about you eating fudge, all that type of stuff in it, showing all them teeth. Yeah, great stuff in it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out, you get me?
I
Also,
forgot my fudge.
say that again.
I forgot my fudge.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. And also joining us on this Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. Yeah, me, little bro, man like Ollie in and that ads, Mr. GNA TV himself. What you telling me, fam? You good?
Yeah, man, I'm blessed, bro. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man. You already know, little bro. You already know what it is and that. Make sure you subscribe to GNA TV also. And while you're here, make sure you like this video, share it across all socials, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell when you do, because it is road to 2,000 subs on there. But yeah, man, get the likes up on the video. As soon as you join, hit the like button. Abdi Mahmood says flawless, no Arsenal banter no anymore. Yeah, until you man lose to Brighton, innit? When you man lose to Brighton, you'll be back in it. As soon as you man lose to Brighton. That being said, you lot winning today helped us, you know what I'm saying? Because it keeps United ahead of Chelsea. So I'm with it. Where's City in the league now? Are you lot 4th or 5th?
Right behind you.
Wait, what?
Yeah. They're like 4th or 5th.
Yeah.
1 point behind you. We're 5th.
Where are we? Are United 3rd or 4th?
We're still 3rd. Wait, we're 4th. We're 4th.
Leicester on 28.
Everton as well, innit?
Yeah.
Everton on 29. Everton is 2nd now.
Yeah. Well, they played a game more though.
Yeah. And Leicester have played a game more as well.
Yeah, it's been 8 since I've seen Man City in the top 6. Weird.
If we win our game in hand, we could potentially be 2nd, depending on the goal difference. But it's looking like, obviously, Man United would have to not win. If Man United win, you can go up to 2nd, and then if we win and you don't win, we go up to 2nd. So,
you see, if I like all the consistency, Jan, you lot can be in a shot still, because I don't. All these idiots saying City don't have a chance to do this and that this season. I'm in disbelief that I feel like you lot can do something this season. You just need to find out your consistency now, because this is a chance. Like, you win your next game, I don't see why you lot can't do anything this season, because it's opened up now. Because we drew today, we won today. Leicester would have gone down, they would have dropped points. Everton would have been above them. So it's opened City's chance up again. So
I've said all season that I think it's too early to rule City out. Like, we had issues with our defence at the start of the season, hence why we lost to Leicester, hence why we didn't get maximum points from the first couple of games. Since Diaz has come in, our defence is pretty decent. We've got the best defence in the league right now in terms of goals conceded. And it just wasn't clicking going forward. But right now, like I've always said, the likes of Sterling, Mahrez, Foden, Torres, these sorts of players, Aguero, are not going to go a whole season not scoring goals. Like, they're too good. Yeah, so even like De Bruyne's not at his best. He's still getting assists. He's still he's not scoring from open play, but he's still getting assists. And I think City will only get better as the season goes on. So I think I've always said this title race is too close. Liverpool look the best in terms of consistency. You know, they look like the mentality's there, XYZ. But I think they're not too far ahead that no one can catch them. Do you know what I mean?
I agree. I agree. It's just I haven't heard that in ages though about best defense. City definitely do have the best defense, but Arsenal, boy, that went out your mouth quick. Yeah. Listen, I might as well just clip up everyone saying, "Oh, we've got the best defense." Gal, I'll quote you on that, bro. We've got the best defense, and then you lot beat us. You kept saying it, and then you lost. So
wait, Gal said that Arsenal have the best defense in the league.
He did when he beat the patch where he when he beat us. Yeah, he went back to that, and then after I don't know what happened.
Right, that's wild. Oh, shout out my Don Saeed in the clock. He says Pep is disrespecting Foden. Yana don't like it. LOL. What's your response to that?
You know what? I don't even know what it is. I don't get it myself. I think he should have got longer today. The game, even though it was 1-0 for a long time today, City were fully in control of that game. It didn't look like we were going to lose or even draw. So I think he could have given Foden, and he should have given Foden longer. He did take off Gundogan for Foden, and Gundogan recently has been one of our best players. So that might have been why he waited so long to take Gundogan off. But I think Foden could have come on earlier. I like the fact that he's starting Torres. I do like that though. Wow.
Gundogan's underrated. He's massively underrated. Yeah. And the thing is, right, I said this to Flawless earlier, desperate Arsenal fans, listen, there was this one bro gassing about how Foden's world class, and the reason why he said that is because he's not used to having quality players at Arsenal. That's the reason why he said that. And I feel like Foden, bro, that he's going to be something one day. He's going to be something one day. Listen, I'll say this to you now. Anyone gives you Foden slander, just take it in, because they're talking nonsense. I think Foden's definitely going to be something one day, man. I can see it.
Yeah, he's class Foden. The thing is, I just don't know why Pep doesn't give him longer, but I don't know whether he's got in his mind, because I'm hoping that he's going to play him against Man United, simply because he didn't play him in the other derby. So it'd be nice if he does play him. I know he gets a lot more minutes in like the Champions League and the Cups. So I think that might be where we see him more. But I don't know. I don't get it myself. But Aguero's not getting many minutes either. And Aguero is like, we're not trying to rush him back too quick and overwork him. So
you wouldn't want to do that, but the facts are, you bring him back, something's gonna happen differently. All the change the game play, because he changes game. He literally changes game. And we've seen it time and time again. It's just with your midfield, I see a system there. I see what Pep's trying to do. He's just trying to make it prominent as possible, not trying to switch up as much. He's not trying to switch up as much as he was last season. But he's a quality manager. I don't get where the standard's coming from now, man. It's stupid. And sometimes I do have to pattern my own fan base. That they literally say, "Oh yeah, Pep's better. Pep's this, Pep's that. He's crap." And it's nonsense. I think Pep's definitely one of the best managers in the league, because it's stupid to compare our manager or Lampard, to Pep. And you realize I'm not just saying that to make you happy, because I don't rate Oli that. But Pep's definitely one of the best. And it's just Chelsea fans were crying out for him when we drew with them 0-0, especially Faye on the Terrans. I'm not letting that drop when you said Pep's better than Fergie. I'm not having that nonsense. Listen,
let's go, ads. Let's go.
Bro, come on! I don't play with people who say that.
You're getting a lot of slander for that. That's because, to be fair, on that show, it was about.
She goes backtracking. Beep.
No. I didn't say that. It wasn't me that said that.
I'm joking, Yan City. I know it wasn't you.
No, it was Faye said it. I think she called Faye. Because basically, what it was about controversial opinions. So we were talking about certain things. So, like, obviously, people's controversial opinions, people aren't supposed to agree with it. If I say something and everyone in the comments agrees, that's not controversial. Do you know what I mean? Of course. The whole point is, you're supposed to. So I said that I think that Fergie, the amount of years, like, Fergie had one of the best teams in the world at the time when he had Man United for a long time. Do you know what I mean? And he was at the top of the game for a very long time. So I said, I think he should have won more Champions League trophies with that Man United squad that he had. That was my opinion, which is a little bit controversial because people think, well, he did really well in Europe. But I think in the league, can't beat his record. But I think in the Champions League, a lot of managers can beat his record. So that's what I was saying. And
I don't disagree.
Yeah. A lot of people do see it, but like obviously some of the fans in the comments were going, no, I don't agree with that. But she said, then when I can't remember what we were talking about, but then she then said off the back of that conversation, she then said Pep is better than Fergie. But I don't know whether that's because we were talking about, because I was saying in Europe, like because people were saying Pep, because they started off saying Pep wasn't good enough, or Pep's overrated, or something about Pep. And I was saying, but the thing is, you can't say that Fergie did the best that he possibly could in Europe and then say Pep's overrated, because 2 of the times that he lost the final was to Pep. So that's
Yeah,
what I have him. So
I agree with your point though, Jan, because I'll say this right now. When people talk about Fergie's performances in like the European run, I think it's quite overrated. I'll be honest with you, and I feel like what you said on Terence is actually true. I agree with your point 100%. But what he evaluated onto wasn't what was done in Europe. She just said, like, full on as a manager, Pep is better. Like,
Yeah.
I would imitate her right now, but I haven't got the energy, and I don't want to waste my time on people who say nonsense. Yeah, listen, but that is a scandalous comment, because with your point, you could back it up. You could back it up, just like I could, and I could agree with you, and I can back it up as well. With her, she can't back it up, so she was just talking nonsense, and it's just she didn't believe a word she was saying as well. And then as soon as Mary intervened, she was like, "Oh, I feel like he could." That's the bit where I had to actually waste £2 just to say, what is she talking about? You know, and it's nonsense. And whenever I say that, whenever I talk about her around her Gem, it bores him. Honestly, it pisses him off so much, because she's an Lampard outer as well.
She's just winding people up there, because she was coming out with some other stuff. Because I didn't even know who she supported. Because I think is she a United fan?
Chelsea. If she was a United fan, disgrace. Honest to God. Jesus.
Was she? Because I didn't know who she supported. Because when we were having our controversial opinions, I didn't get who she supported until after, when I realized. So that's why I'm like, I was just kind of sat there listening, because people in the comments are going in. Because obviously it's a terrace, isn't it?
Chelsea fan. She's a Chelsea fan, and the thing is, right? I feel bad for Gem, right? And Gem and Monster especially, because they're both on the terrace, right? They had to listen to her saying, "Oh, Lampard out, Lampard this, Lampard that," and this is after we drew 0-0 with them, and it's like, "Oh yeah, I would take Pep in a heartbeat. Oh, Arteta's a better manager than Lampard." Well, that opinion done fuck, and the only reason that came to today is because Arsenal took their chances today. But Arteta, no way is he a better manager. Samuel AFC as well.
Sorry to cut you off. Monster became Lampard out today, though.
Yeah, no, yeah? I'm talking about back then. I'm talking about a month ago.
One sec. Liam, sorry to cut you off again. Liam, yes, I am enjoying the scrum. I'm starving. Sorry to cut you off again. I'd go and continue. I just had to get to that comment just to let man know. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Go on, continue.
Samuel AFC, he's a friend of mine, but Jesus Christ, he gave Gabriel a 4 rating when he got a red card and done bugger all against, I don't know what team did he play.
Man said bugger all.
Where he got a red card.
Southampton.
Southampton, where he got a red card and he didn't do anything before that. He gave him a 4. I asked him if that was David Luiz, would you give him a 0? He said yes. So he knows he's talking nonsense. Then today, when I came out and I went on EGTV, I was fuming because of the nonsense I had to listen to. Yeah, EGTV, I jumped on, I asked the guy for the link. I said, first things first, you can't say Arteta's a better manager than Lampard. He scoffed at my comment. He thinks Arteta's better than Lampard. Yeah. Listen, if Arteta's better than Lampard, I'd become an Arsenal fan the next day. Yeah. I'll tell you that now.
What I'm gonna say is, obviously, because you're like very knowledgeable when it comes to football and things like that. What you have to understand is a lot of the time, a lot of these people ain't saying these things seriously. So, like, for instance, with the Pep situation and that, like, I'm one of them. I will troll Pep to death. But if you ask me, all jokes aside, Pep is one of the, I do it to get on Jan City's case as well. It's great. Pep is one of the best managers of our generation, easily. He goes down in the Hall of Fame, like, he's solidified. But when it comes to social media, people don't care about the truth, and the lie is more entertaining. You know what I'm saying? In that. So calling Pep a fraud, even though he's not a fraud, is hilarious. Calling Kevin De Bruyne the Ginger Mark Albrighton is hilarious. Saying Bruno is clear of Kevin De Bruyne, even though he's not clear of him at all. Like, I don't think that. It's still funny to say in it. Like, I'm all for the jokes on social media. Well, yes, when we're on platforms like this, we can have serious conversations about stuff. What I'm telling you is don't take these people serious, because a lot of the time they're trolling, and then like the other 10%, they just don't know what it is. Yeah, go on.
No. That was the comparison. Faye, she has no idea what she's talking about. She's deluded, and she doesn't believe a word she's saying. Yeah, listen, she doesn't believe a word she's saying. Samuel, he believes what he's saying. He generally does, because that laugh was not fake at all. He generally scoffed when everyone said that Lampard is better than Arteta. Bring me facts that proves Arteta better than Lampard, and I'll allow you. Well, there's no way that's ever going to be true.
Oh yeah, Yancy, you just making comments, yeah? All right, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
I'm saying. But yeah, just for those obviously regular watchers of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A know how this goes. To any new watchers of it, we just answer any questions football related, and it's any sport, so it's not football, just football. Obviously, it can be football present, football past, any team, any player, any sport. So it can be boxing, it can be tennis, F1, cricket, whatever sporting question you have, because you just come out with some wild stuff, we will answer, obviously, if we follow the sport. We'll get to some of the comments here. And make sure, like I said, you hit the subscribe button. It is road to 2,000 subs for Sarcasm City TV. You lot already started with this Manchester United stuff, you know. All right, we'll get through it. Man United have no ambition, so here we are for the vibes. Hashtag Ollie out. Wait, one sec. Let me go through it before. I know you Ollie in and that, so like let me get to it and then we'll go there. Ollie's out. He's a fraud. Can't believe he ain't getting the blame for today. You guys were right. Moments FC, highlights individual FC, Lucky FC. Oh yeah, shout out my guy Faris as well. He said, "What up, guys? Just wanted to say what's up. Big up Faris. Big up Faris each and every time because he's always supporting. Flawless, how much is Ollie to blame for Manchester United having the 14th best defense in the league? That one is on him because 3 of the back 4 is his signings. So the fact that I didn't know that we have the 14th best defense in the league, because like I was saying when we did the recap on Rance's channel, ignorance is bliss, innit? You see all this bad shit that I know about Manchester United, I just ignore it, innit? Stick my head in the sand and ignore it and enjoy the good times. You get what I'm saying? It's like when you're in a relationship and you know the relationship's over, you know what I'm saying? But you just stick it out for the kids. That's how I look at Manchester United, innit? I'm literally just sticking it out for the kids, you know what I'm saying? And hoping there's some good moments in there. And we have some fantastic individual moments. I know this manager's not good enough. This is why I don't get mad. Go on, Jan.
You know what, though? When you're winning, you don't notice things like that as much. That's the thing. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, people were saying, I said at the start of the season, like, well, not start, like maybe after 10 games, I was saying that like defenses win you titles, innit? Because historically, that's what used to happen. They'd say attacks win you games, defenses win you titles. But this season, it's like people are just focusing on attacks and going, oh, they're going to win the league. But it's like, yeah, but if they're conceding 2 goals every game, I'm not saying they can't win the league because it is possible. If you win every game, you win the league, innit? But it's one of them things. If you're conceding 2, there's going to be one day where you're either not clinical, you don't get chances, or your players just have an off day and they can't score to save their life. And that way, you don't win the games. You know what I mean? So you need your defense to be tight. So on them off days, you don't lose. And I think like with Man City, like we haven't been great this season by any stretch. Like we haven't been at our best. Most of our players have been a little bit under par, but we're still keeping quite tight at the back. So when we're playing, when we're not clinical going forward, we're not actually losing. I think only Liverpool now have lost less games than us. I think they've lost 1, we've lost 2. So it's one of them things like, and this is why I've never ruled City out for the title. Do I think our players look up for it? I'm not so sure because I know against West Brom, United, Liverpool, Spurs, we didn't look like we were really going all out like we normally would. You know what City are like when they're going, they go to win the game. We weren't doing that. More recently, we've looked a little bit better, but it's one of them things. I don't know. But I wouldn't rule us out because defensively we're quite strong and attacking wise, we have the players to compete with Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? So as much as we're not in it right now, I'd say we're still a little bit off the pace. We need to win probably our next 3 or 4 games. I think
you're underestimating your team still. Like I said this before, and I'll say this again. The only team that stopped Liverpool from winning this league is Manchester City. As much as it pains me to admit it, because you lot are the 2 worst.
Probably.
And it makes me feel sick to my stomach that you man are the 2 options. Yeah, go on.
Right. Right. I want to go back to that comment, from Abdi about the you blame Ollie for today. Listen, Ollie's not to blame for today, right? Ollie's not to blame for today.
No, he said he blames
I'm responding to that comment. Listen,
okay, yeah, go on. You want to get off your chest then.
Today. Ollie is not to blame for today, bro. He's not to blame for today, yeah. And I'll tell you why. That first Rashford goal, that first Rashford shot, the header, right? So you're gonna blame Ollie for that? That's one that literally should be 1-0, right? Then there's other shots that should have been taken on. They weren't, right? We took our chances today. They just didn't come off. And there's a difference between taking your chances and then not coming off, and then taking your chances and then coming off. Yeah. People think, oh yeah, if you take your chances, that means that you scored. No, for me, I break it down properly. Taking your chances is when you take the shot on and you come close to scoring. And if they don't come off, then they don't come off. Prime example of it coming off is when you hit the bar, or it literally just goes out wide. But today, you cannot blame Ollie for that. And it just sounds like people like Tony Pulis who just slag big clubs off because they're not good. That's what it sounds like. You can't blame Ollie for today. I'm not having it. If there's any more comments, yeah, listen, I'll just say the same thing. Might as well just carbon copy what I literally just said, and you might as well just roll it, because I'm not having that, man. You can't blame him for today. No way. No.
What I would say is, and I see this comment here from Anis, it's not. I don't think it's ever one thing more time when a team loses. I never think it's solely the manager. I never think it's solely the players. You can blame one more than the other. Like even when you're going on a bad run of results, or you're in bad form, or like I said, one-off games. Did Ollie give was that lineup the best possible lineup he could have picked? No. So that lays on Ollie. That being said, though, that team is still good enough to win that game. And when you miss those chances, that's on the players. So this is why it's a mix, because if Ollie picks a better team and United win that game, we're not talking about this. But then that being said, if Ollie picks the team he did and we score those chances and don't make those defensive errors, we're not having this conversation. Yes, it is of fine margins, but at the end of the day, I've said this before and I say this again, the book ultimately stops with the manager. It doesn't matter where you're managing, and I will say this time and time again, it doesn't matter if you're managing Manchester United Football Club, if you're managing a Subway, if you're managing a Foot Locker, if you're managing in McDonald's. If you are managing a team and that team is not performing and continues to underperform, that falls on you, despite individuals and other shit and all this type of stuff. That falls on you. That being said, do I believe Ollie's fully at fault today? No. Do I believe the players are fully at fault today? No. It's a combination of the two. But how many times are we going to say this when it comes to Ollie? How often does he pick the right lineup? How often do Manchester United, when's the last time United played well in a game from the first minute to the 90th? It's probably Newcastle.
It's a very long time. Yeah. Newcastle.
I think it is as well, though. Like it's like you say, it's if the result goes a different way,
yes,
then you're not having them conversations. Because it's the same with City. Like when we play well, like people see the lineup, most people complain, like, "Oh, you're playing Rodri and Gundogan again." Then Gundogan has the game of his life, and then it's like, "Oh, actually, you played quite well." But
one sec, you on this Gundogan hype train though? Still, you're like ads with Fred. I've seen you champion this guy.
No. Don't compare, yeah. Listen, two quality players deserve to be praised. Yeah, when they're not being praised, they deserve praise. Yeah,
I'm not calling that a bad thing. I'm just pointing out the fact the way you champion Fred, because I rate Fred also, and the way I've seen that's good. You champion Fred, you give Fred his flowers, which is great to see, because I think Fred is disrespected. I'm saying Yan City is following suit like you, the way she has been championing Gundogan. Because she's called them that the same way you say people make Fred our scapegoat. She said when City lose, Gundogan gets the blame in it. I'm just saying it's parallel. I'm not saying one's wrong or one's right.
It's not even that flawless though, bro. It's not even that he gets scapegoated. It's just he's so underappreciated. Like they gave him 6 ratings today. He was our best player today by far. He was all around the pitch. Like even the commentators analysed it properly, saying, "Oh yeah, wait, why is Fred there? Oh, he's actually doing pretty well there, even though he's not meant to be there." And the thing with Gundogan, or whatever his name is, I don't even know him that well, but I know he's a good player. I've watched highlights. But whatever he does, it just seems like it is something that City are missing. And whenever he plays, it's good, and I enjoy it.
All right, so back, but yeah, I hear what you're saying. So back to Gundogan FC here on my right. Go on, talk to me in it. Carry on in it. You know what I'm saying? Gundogan chairman, fan club manager, CEO, you get me, COO, everything, champion out here, champion Gundogan, you know, talking about, he should be player of the month in December. I'm like, all right, Yancy, I don't watch him like that.
He needs it this month, man. He needs it. People are saying Cancelo is a good shout, but for me, Cancelo's been good all season. Like, I don't even think it's a monthly thing. I think if we were given the player of the season right now, today, I'd give it Cancelo. But I think Gundogan right now deserves it for this month because he's been particularly good. Like that game against West Brom that we drew, I think it was that game. He was brilliant. Yeah. Like he's the only player that was brilliant. Like everyone else was all right. or not good enough. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. For me, I don't really slate City players. You won't really see me slate City players. There's been 2 in the past that I have slated. People used to get onto me. The first one was Joe Hart. But Joe Hart used to wind me up differently.
He's just not good enough. That's why I understand, innit? I understand.
Do you know what it was?
West Ham quality.
Do you know what it was with Joe Hart? Yeah, it wasn't even about him. It was his constant screeching. Like, I have a season ticket, yeah, and all I could hear was his constant screeching for 90 minutes. It used to drive me insane. So, yeah, that's what it was.
Is that not a good thing, though, that he's constantly talking to the team?
No, it was screeching, man. It wasn't talking. It was like,
he's getting his point across. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, headache, mate. And then the other one was Kyle Walker, but I had an agenda. I didn't like Kyle Walker at Spurs.
Oh yeah, you didn't, did you? Now look at you. You love him in that shirt, name on the back of the shirt and that.
Now I don't have a problem with him, but it took me a while. And people used to get onto me like, how can you dish your own players? So I thought, you know what? They're right. So yeah, you don't see me slander. I might say they had a bad game, or they played poorly, or they're not good enough, or they're not at their best, or whatever. But you won't see me slander City, because you know what? What them players have done, I can't complain too much. Do you know what I mean? Champions League aside. And even then, we're not going out of the Champions League. We're not getting embarrassed 7-0 and coming out like it's fine margins. Obviously, Leon was.
I like that. A nice little cheap shot there at Barcelona. I see you. I see you in that.
No.
Hella cheap shots and that. That was below the belt. I see you. I love them, innit? You get me? The way you just threw that slick jab in there, low blow in that. I see you. Show all them teeth, Jan City. Go on, Ad. Say what you're saying, brother.
I want to touch base with what Jan said, though. Yeah. Listen, when it comes to United, when we win, the facts are flawless. I don't care if you disagree or not, right?
Well, there we go. I'm going to disagree probably. Go on.
When we win, the players get the praise.
Yes.
When we win, the players get the praise, and Ollie gets a light of praise, right? So if I have to do a percentage rate or a pie chart or some shit like that, yeah.
Okay,
the hype goes to the players with 95%. Ollie will get like 5% of the coverage and the hype after a win. When we lose, it's the other way around. Ollie gets 95% of the hate, and the players get 5%. It's facts.
Okay. Here's what I think. Yeah, go on. Finish your point, and then I'm gonna respond to that.
And the thing is, it's disappointing because the thing is, right? I'll say this now. Ollie, for me, like Flawless said, yeah. Listen, this isn't because you've said it. It's because I said it. Yeah. Listen, he is not the man for us. He's not the man for us. Yeah, he's not the man for us, and he's not good enough for the job. But what he's doing right now, he's making the best out of a bad situation. Because there are some players he should have brought in. Yes, that's his fault, but in the patches that have players missing, he's still making the best out of something with players that we've actually got at the moment, which is something that most managers actually wouldn't do. So go on, Flawless. You respond if you want.
Okay. Well, I responded. See, you get me. You jump out your prom. I actually agree with the majority of what you said there.
Yeah.
I actually agree with them. Apart from the last bit where you're saying he's making the best out of a bad situation, what we'll get into, because I agree with that, but not to the extent of you. I just want to say to Abdi Mahmood, don't gas me up in the comments like that, because he's saying apparently Pochettino is not confirmed Flawless. We can still dream. I've been singing for this man already. You get what I'm saying? So don't gas me up. I've been on this platform.
So you're a Pochettino fanboy
and singing it. I'm all in for. We'll get to Pochettino. I'm a fan of Pochettino. I'm a fan of Pochettino.
I'm not.
Yeah, I know you're not. But
because you're Ollie in. Came from a banter club. Disgrace.
Okay, because you're Ollie in. Of course, you're going to say that about anyone. I could say Ancelotti. I could say Ancelotti, and you would have an issue with that. Exactly. And that's a man that won everything because you're Ollie in. That's what I'm saying. So
no.
Back to the point. So if we signed Ancelotti, it'd be up to you. So say we got linked with Ancelotti and he took over the job, you'd be unhappy about that?
No, I wouldn't. Because I'd much rather have Ancelotti than a corrupt crook of a manager. Yeah, because
why is he a crook?
He is. I'm not. Listen, I'll break it down right.
On the picture,
I'll break it down right now. All right.
Go on.
For me, Pochettino is overrated. That's in my opinion. I don't know if you, because I know you're part of the Poch fan base. Yeah, embarrassing fan base. Yeah, listen, it shouldn't have even been built in the first place, right? Listen, he came from Spurs. Yes, he did okay at Spurs, and I rate that. Okay, he got them to a Champions League final against Liverpool. In my opinion, and I'll break it down right now. A lot of people gave me praise for the message I left on Twitter. Right, I think I said something like,
Go on.
Oli is just like, obviously Oli gets hate, but the only reason why these 12-year-olds are gassing Poch is because he did decently at Tottenham and he got them to a Champions League final. In my opinion, that is the reason why they're gassing him up so much. If he never got them to a Champions League final, what would they have to gas him up about? Did you answer that question?
What would you have to gas him up about? I was gassing up Poch before. I've got tweets from 2 years ago before
What's
he
he done?
reached the champion. I'm gonna tell you. Then you're gonna let me respond. Yeah, I've got tweets from 2 years ago talking about we should go and get Poch before he reached the Champions League final. That's how good I rate him, because I've seen him be at 2 clubs, and even though he didn't win a trophy at Spurs, which he should have done with that team he had, what he's done at Southampton and Spurs is elevate them as clubs, which is a rare feat to see at anyone. I can't remember the last manager who was at back-to-back Premier League clubs and elevated them as a club. And when I say elevated them as a club, he's lifted the whole, what's the word I'm looking for? The reason why Spurs can go and get a Mourinho is because of the work that Poch has done. They don't go and get a Mourinho. They're not dining at that table without Poch. Poch elevated them as a club. They finished 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, I think, back-to-back. He solidified them. He solidified them as a Champions League team. That's something, and I'm not talking about getting to the final, I'm talking about the Premier League. That is immense to do that, to elevate Southampton in the manner which he did. He took them from a club basically fighting relegation to a top half club in the Europa League. That's extremely impressive, and he did it on a little budget and playing good football also. So I'm like, if you can do that at Southampton and Spurs, then imagine what you could do at our team. And here's the thing is, even if Poch came in and he was unsuccessful, I'm not one of these like, oh, if Poch comes in and he's unsuccessful, I wouldn't want a new change of manager. Like, I'm all for sacking managers until you get to the right one. Poch, to me, is the best fit. He's the best fit.
Respond to that, though. That is a fair point, and
I know
that's what I wanted to hear, because the facts are, all these crap chatters, the only reason they want him is because he got them to a Champions League final, and that's fact. And the reason, the only person who's ever broke that down to me that way, and that's why, I respect it, and I've actually taken it in now. Now I can actually understand why people would want him there so much. But I'll say this now: I know he's bettered Southampton and Spurs, and all these teams there and stuff like that, and he got them into Europa League, Champions League positions and stuff. But when he starts messing up, if we were to come to United and start messing up, our fan base would want him out. Our fan base would want him out. And they think he's going to solidify the spot completely, as if he is the main man for us.
Here's the thing is, you know what's crazy about that is you're right in terms of if he comes in and he's unsuccessful, but that's any job. Pep, who at the time he went to City was seen as the best manager best manager in Europe. If he goes to Manchester City and fails, guess what? The Manchester City fans want him out. You know what I'm saying? Like, people forget there was a period, when was it? When United were unsuccessful under Fergie and we didn't win the league. I think it was like 2 or 3 years in a row or something like that. And the Stretford End was singing
4 years, I think. Oh, you mean
when Fergie was there? Yeah, I'm talking about when Fergie was there. There was a time when the Stretford End was singing Fergie out. But people forget this. People forget this. People don't know this. You know what I'm saying? And I know people that was at the ground at that point, and the Stretford End was singing Fergie out. And this is after he'd been successful. So anybody can get it. Football's a what have you done for me lately? And it doesn't matter what you've done in the past. It's like, yes, it can buy you time. So for instance, if Pep doesn't win anything at City because of what this season I'm talking about, because of what he's done in the past, that gives him a bly. But if he doesn't win anything this season, and then he doesn't win anything the season after, that would be 3 years without them going with the Premier League or Champions League. The fan base is going to turn. We're all about success. And that's the same with Poch. Do I believe? And what it is with Poch is I think he could be our Klopp. I think he could change around.
I was just going to say that in terms of that, because a lot of people are saying, what has he won? I agree. He hasn't won anything yet. But the thing is, every manager at one stage hasn't won anything, and then they win something. Klopp, I think, had lost a bunch of finals. He came to Liverpool. They lost. Sorry
to cut you off before you continue. He's been relegated as well, by the way.
Yeah.
Go on, carry on. That's what to get out
and he lost 5. I think it's 5 finals, and he went to Liverpool, and they lost the Europa League final. And then I think when they lost the Champions League final the following year, people would say, actually, Liverpool fans, I remember, were saying, this guy's not going to win. Do you know what I mean? And then he went and won the Champions League. So it's one of them things. Like, I think Poch could do it. He's certainly shown that he's a very good manager. Obviously, he will win eventually. If he goes to PSG, he wins a trophy this year.
Absolutely.
Like, well, not this, like 2021.
And what I will say about Klopp with Liverpool, as much as like, yeah, we'll banter them, like I was referring to with ads when I was talking about how we banter and untruthful. That's him raising Liverpool as a club. The fact he lost 5 finals, yeah, you shouldn't be losing 5 finals in a row. But the fact you are getting to 5 finals in a row with a team within a 2 or 3 year span is progress. He elevated them as a club. Now, if he would have lost it, that's what I'm saying. If he would have lost the 6th and the 7th and the 8th final, that's when it's like, all right, you're just not the guy for the job. But similar to what Klopp did for Liverpool is Poch. That's the same as Poch. People say, oh, Poch lost the Champions League final. Yeah, they lost it. They shouldn't be in the Champions League final. Spurs are not top 2 in Europe. They shouldn't be in the semi-final because they're not top 4. They shouldn't be in the quarterfinals because they're not top 8. People at the start of the season, nobody had Spurs winning the Champions League final. Nobody.
But it's not even that though. My point is, I'm not saying he can come to United and he can't do this and that. I know what he's capable of doing, right? My point is, there are people out there who are saying, he's going to be the man who stays here for ages. He's going to do this and that year in, year out. And I want them to wake up and realize that if he does come to United, that's not going to be the case. He's not going to do it year in, year out. And they need to understand that some managers lack consistency. And it's not just one manager here, one manager there. Because Alex Ferguson even lacked consistency. But it's just a matter of fact of how long people take it in and understand that a manager is going to be at a club. He's going to be at a club. He's going to do this and that. He's going to evaluate the game, certain players, and the team as a whole, and his individual brilliance as a manager. But when he comes in and he starts mucking up, their hopes are going to be dashed because they're like, he's going to stay here for a year. He's going to stay here for years. He's going to do this and that. He's going to win us this and that. And but with the point you've just given to me is what United fans should be like. They should understand that he's not going to be on the floor all the time. But
just want to say once
he comes in, he will be.
Yeah. Yo, you lot in the comments first and foremost, let us know how many likes we're on. Get them likes up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, big up Stroll for this. He said flawless and the Christmas gifts that keep on giving with the love heart fire emoji. Yo, everybody needs a done like Stroll, because Stroll champions me on air and off air. You get what I'm saying in that. So love to use Stroll for that each and every time. Go on, Jan City, and let us know, please. Let us know how many likes we've got in the comments and get them up. Go on, Jan.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, like, it always happens, especially when you're at a big club. Like, this is a conversation, because we have a lot of Poch conversations on here, and we were actually saying, well, I was saying, I don't know who else was agreeing or whatever, but I was basically saying that when Poch gets his next job, so say it's PSG or a Man United, if he gets a job like that, he is going to be under a little bit more pressure, because obviously at Tottenham, the expectation is not really to win anything. It's kind of to get top 4. That was the expectation, which he exceeded because he was doing that consistently. And getting to finals. Do you know what I mean? Well, getting to a Champions League final and stuff like that. So it's kind of like the expectations were slightly less. Whereas if he goes to PSG now, the expectation is, like Pep, to win the Champions League. So it's one of those things. I don't know if that is even the expectation at Man United right now. Man United is the easier job out of the two because PSG have to win it, whereas Man United don't have to win the Champions League.
Yo, say it louder for the people in the back. Say that louder. See that people. You see why Jan City's on the show is for stuff like this. This is why I drafted her in it, because you see that I couldn't even make that point in it, but now she makes that point. It makes perfect sense. I'm mad I didn't think of it. That's how good that point is. Shout out Glazers out. Big up for the super chat. I would have got to it sooner, but for whatever reason, it didn't pop up on the screen, innit? He says, we don't need, love the name, by the way, Glazers out. He said, we don't need a rebuild like Liverpool did. That's my point and this is why I don't want a manager, say like Ancelotti or Allegri, who I would take, by the way, because I think they'd be successful, because I think their best years are behind them. I want a manager coming into his prime. Like I said, Poch is at the point in his career now where we're going to find out if he's elite and how good he is. And him, if he goes to PSG, I've said this, all the questions we have against him, whether you rate him or not, are going to be answered, because he has to go to PSG and win something. Like Jan City touched on it. If the expectation now at PSG is to win things, he has to win French leagues, he has to win French cups, and he has to win. I don't say he has to win the Champions League, but he has to at least solidify them in the Champions League, like Simeone did at Atletico Madrid. So even if he reaches 2 finals, Atletico Madrid are constantly in the last stages, so he has to solidify them. So it's going to be interesting to see how he does with that expectation, with him being financially backed, etc. How does he deal with Mbappe and Neymar? This is the best team you've had. We're going to find out what football you want to play, and I think he's going to exceed that. And I said this: if he's there for 4 to 5 years, they win the Champions League. I think he's that good. This is why I wanted him, because I really think he's going to be in 4 or 5 years' time. We're going to be talking about him as one of the best managers in Europe. I could be wrong. And if he goes PSG, I don't hope I'm wrong, because I think if he's successful at PSG, we could still get him. Still think we could get him, definitely. But yo, Glazers out. Love for the super chat, innit? Love to everyone who's dropped super chats. Obviously, we only recently got monetized. Love for that. And like I said, Glazers out. I tell you each and every time, I love the username as well. I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? I am with that. We're getting to all the comments we got, all the comments we can. 25 likes. All right, let's get us to 30 likes, innit? Let's get us up to 30 likes, definitely. I know you lot been going ham in the comments. Sorry if we missed, you get me. There's free mics here, innit? And everybody's got a lot to say, you know what I'm saying? This is free top quality YouTubers. So if we miss your comment, we apologize. And it is what it is. All right, let's go on to this Lampard, because that's the topic of the day. Is he a fraud, or are people being too harsh on him? We'll start with you, Yancy. Look at that smile, showing hella teeth and that. Why are you so happy about Lampard losing? Do you not like Lampard?
He's a Man City legend, isn't he? No, I'm joking. I'm joking, by the way. Don't come at me like it's a joke.
You lot clip that. Clip that before she says I'm joking. Please clip that. Go on. Say what you're saying.
Do you know what? Yeah, I like Lampard. He's obviously inexperienced, same as Arteta. I think it's a little bit unfair to kind of expect these people. Like, I know, obviously, Arteta's a little bit different, because where Arsenal is with that team that he's got is unacceptable at the moment. Lampard's doing okay, but that team, the team that Chelsea have and the money they've spent, people obviously expect them to be higher at the table. So I wouldn't say he's a fraud. I'd say that he's inexperienced. And I'd say that because of his inexperience, that's probably why Chelsea are where they are. I think, for me, I don't think it's interesting, because we were having a conversation about a month ago about Chelsea being title challengers and how Lampard can do it. And the next minute, it's like, oh, no, he's a fraud. And I think everyone this season has been a bit reactionary, because this season hasn't been plain sailing for any team. Do you know what I mean? Because even if you look at Liverpool, who are at the top and seem to be doing well, Liverpool have actually still had questionable results, like the Villa game and the 1-1 with Fulham. Do you know what I mean? And you wouldn't react to that game saying, oh, get rid of Klopp. Like, it's ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? This season's been a funny one. Everyone's form's been kind of up and down, up and down. And I just think it's a bit reactionary. I don't think he's a fraud. I just think he's inexperienced. And that's my reason why I said at the beginning of the season when we were talking about it, yes, Chelsea have a chance to win the league, but I don't think they'll do it. Because I honestly believe that when you've got the likes of Klopp, Pep, you come up against these managers that have been there, done that. I just think the likes of Lampard, Ollie's included in that as well, and say Arteta, if he was up there, I don't know if they have the experience to overtake Klopp, in the latter stages. So we'll see. I wouldn't say it's impossible, because the way this league's going, 1 week of results can change everything at the moment. But I think the best placed people to win the league this year will be Klopp or Pep. And I think, like you were saying before, I think it will come down to them two in the end. But yeah, I think it's a little bit unfair on Lampard to be like he's a fraud right now. Do you know what I mean?
All right. What's your thoughts on it, Ads? Because you've spoken strongly on it. Do you think he's a fraud, or you think people are being too harsh too early?
Well, when you're friends with Jem, when you're friends with Jem, you have to, no, I'm joking. It's a disgrace. Honestly, in my opinion, it's a disgrace. I think, no, I'm being serious. I say it how it is, man. It's a disgrace. You're saying he's a fraud. I don't know what he's done for them to think that he's a fraud. Losing games is part of the process, and I know Chelsea aren't relying on the process. That's facts. They're not relying on the process. What they want is to get stuff done quickly. Like it's literally what Frank said he wanted to do as well. Get stuff done quickly, like continue the flow that they had before got appointed. And there was no flow before he got appointed. They were literally playing shit football. They weren't doing much. And yeah, man, I feel like he came in to pick up pieces. I don't think he was there to be the main man. I think he's the guy that comes before the guy in some people's eyes. But to be calling him a fraud is just a disgrace. It's just stupid because you have people, I don't want to say the name again, but people like Faye, yeah, who are saying Lampard out when they drew against us, 0-0. It's ridiculous. And you know how many children watch the Terrans, man, honestly, and they're just listening to this nonsense. It's just, it's stupid. And if I'm good, listen, of course, people always say like when you're talking about Lampard, Oli, or Arteta, you have to rank them after your sentence. So I'm gonna have to say Oli, Lampard, Arteta. I think Arteta's dead. I think he needs to get. I think he needs to cut out. I don't think he's good enough for Arsenal. I don't think Lampard's good enough for Chelsea, but there are sparks of hope that we have seen there. Facts. I think there are definitely sparks of hope that we've seen. He literally clears the pile out with easy teams. But then when he comes across the big teams, yes, it's a bit of a struggle, but he's still bagging wins against some of them, which is good. And Ollie, yes, we've seen sparks of hope with him. We've seen sparks of hope with him as well. I think he's a good manager. Same with Lampard, but they're not good enough with the standards set at Manchester United, Chelsea, and Arsenal. I don't think they don't set the high standards that all the managers that came before. So yeah, I don't think Lampard's a fraud. I think anyone saying that is either stupid or just deluded or just had a high one the past few days, Christmas and that. But it's just ridiculous. You can't say he's a fraud because he lost you a couple games. You can't say that. It's just part of the process.
I hear what you say. That's a fair point. No, that's a fair point. I'm just here laughing at what's it called? The comments people calling Werner, which we're gonna get onto. Because he goes under the radar. People calling him Timo Morata. People saying finding Timo. I seen that. He really flies under the radar. If he was at United or Liverpool, as use as an example, he would be under so much scrutiny. Because I watched him today, and I think that's the first time I've watched Chelsea like thoroughly, like for a whole 90 minutes. And obviously you don't judge a player off just one game, but even the way you receive the ball, there was a time where he received the ball and he was dribbling towards Holding, and never at one point did I think he was going to go past Holding or do anything productive. He filled me with no confidence. Like, I don't know if that was just an off game, but technically he doesn't look competent. He doesn't look like he has link-up play. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if either of you two have watched him more. To me, obviously he's playing out of position. That doesn't help, and that falls on the manager. But still, there's times where his poor touches and he's dribbling, and he just looks not like a top quality striker.
He has said that he's struggling with settling in. He has said that. Obviously, it's not. The thing is with football is, like I say, everyone is very reactionary now. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you lose 2 games in a row, half the fan base want the manager out. Like, that just wouldn't happen years ago. Do you know what I mean? I get where people come from when they say back the manager. I think it depends on how the players are playing. I think if the players are trying and the manager's putting them out of position, or there's something that's directly affecting the way that they play, then you can blame the manager a bit. But I think sometimes the players just aren't good enough. So I think sometimes you've got to look at the players. I think Werner's not started well at all. I haven't seen much of him because I don't watch Chelsea every week. But I know that Chelsea fans have said that, you know, they've been trying to defend him, but it's quite hard to defend a player when they're consistently underperforming. But he did say that he was struggling to settle in. I know some players take longer than others to settle. Some come in and hit the ground running. Others take a season to get into it. So it's a little bit early to call him like a fraud or anything like that because he's just come. Yeah. But I think so far he hasn't been good enough. And Chelsea kind of need him to be at his best, because with an inexperienced manager, you know, and the team that they have, where there's quite a few newcomers in that squad, I think they kind of need him to be at their best. Obviously, like Thiago Silva, he's obviously a much more established player, but he's come in and
quality,
he's hit the ground running. So you kind of need that from Werner, I think.
There's a few questions there. I know, like, you like keep the questions coming in. We'll get to them all. Obviously, you can super chat as well. Led to Led, who said he's watching all the way from Toronto. So you're watching from the 6. Big up. Please let us know where you're watching from as well. City and country, let us know where you are watching from. He said it's snowing out there. Yeah, we will do a call-in show today, but we're going to do it different in terms of, come on. We'll have one person added on. You'll be on for 5 to 10 minutes. You can get your questions. We'll get whatever you want off your chest, and then we'll remove you. Then we'll go on to the next one, and we'll just cycle it like that. We're just going to do it like that, conveyor belt, but not. We'll open up the phone about 15 minutes, but I don't know when. You know what I'm saying? What are you laughing at me saying conveyor belt ads?
What this nonsense, man?
What's wrong with conveyor belt? You don't like that, fam? What's up? Yo, Abdi, stop gassing me up with this Pochettino thing, and it's late. Yeah, it's 25 past. Yeah, everyone knows how much I want this manager. Stop lying to me. I've been on here singing and that, grabbing the mic. You know what I'm saying? Singing for this guy in it. So it's like, yo, stop. Ads, what's your thoughts on Werner?
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of you know what? I'll say this now, right? I know Jan, like you said, doesn't watch Chelsea, and I know for us you said the same. But with me, I do watch a bit of Chelsea. I'll be honest now. I do watch a bit of Chelsea. Obviously, I have no choice. I have no choice. I'm good friends with Prime and Jem and Kai. So I have to watch it, don't I? But nah. All jokes aside, Werner is a good player. I think he is. I think he's good quality. I think he's brilliant. His consistency is the problem, though. I don't care if you're not gelling into a team or not. When there is so much gas hovering around you, you expect to get hate. You have to expect to get hate. It's not his fault that he's getting so much gas, though, because look at the talent. Look at what he produced at Leipzig. Brilliant. And that's the reason why Frank's brought him in. But for me, there's no way in hell where Chelsea fan can talk about Martial missing sitters and that now. I haven't seen anyone talk crap about him missing sitters until now, when Werner's been missing them himself. And I feel like Werner reminds me of a bit like Lukaku in a way, like I said to you earlier, Flawless, and you'll watch along. I put players into brackets all the time, and an adjusted bracket, hard to put like tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, something like that. Werner and Lukaku would definitely get into the same bracket. They're similar players. They have good quality. They are big name. They are big names. They're brought into the footballing fan base as a whole as these great players who can do stuff at big clubs, and they get brought into the club and they don't really live up to their full potential as quick as people think they will. And you know, it's a sad sight to see because I think Werner's talented, but to call him a fraud, it's just stupid. But I understand it more than people calling Frank a fraud because Werner's a player that's been gassed up way more.
Yeah, one thing I say about Werner is, like I said, I don't know if it's just today, I don't know if he just technically didn't look good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I looked at that and I'm like, why do you just look technically like incompetent? You know what I'm saying? Like, even the way he's receiving the ball and things, the way he's dribbling. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, they spent all this. You're supposed to be like the savior for them, come in, getting me big striker, even though you're playing from the left. So does he rate Tammy Abraham more than you? I don't know, because people on the stream, AV8 was talking about Werner can play from the left, but to me, it looks like he can. To me, okay, is it? All right, okay. Ryan here. He says Werner is a high line merchant. Doesn't get the spacing behind in this league that you do in Bundesliga, and on the ball, he's technically very poor. Yeah, on the ball, he just didn't look good. That's what it is. Oh yeah, where is it? Charles Jeremiah. He asked me a question. He said, "If Ollie wins the Premier League, are you still Ollie out?" It depends on how he wins the Premier League.
No, he is. He's still Ollie out. You win 3 in a row, he's still Ollie out.
No.
You win the league. He wins the league. He wins the Carabao Cup in the same season. You're still Ollie out. I know it. I know you, bro.
Are you gonna let me respond to that? I'm gonna respond to that. Like I said, like I was saying, in it, you know what I'm saying? It's all about how he wins it. So say for instance, we win the Premier League and we start playing better football, we start seeing consistent 11, a consistent style, etc., and we're seeing better decisions and we're seeing Ollie be more proactive, and we thoroughly deserve to win the league, and City are at their best and Liverpool are at their, well, not at their best, but they're better, and Liverpool are better. I would not be Ollie out. If he somehow miraculously changes, I don't know how that will happen. You know what I'm saying? He'd need a whole personality and skill transplant, because I don't see it happening. That being said, if he wins the league simply like, kind of like how Ranieri won it at Leicester, like that or worse, then no. because then we're winning it based off of the same way I wouldn't want Ranieri at Manchester United. It's the same thing. The same
I
way.
hear what you're saying. Are you saying that, for example, if big teams like Liverpool, Man City were playing shit, and then the top spot opened up for us, and he won the league? For me, I expect better, but I would still be happy with the league. Is that what you're saying?
I'd still be. Oh, I'd be. Yeah, if we win the Premier League, yes, I'd be happy with it regardless.
In
Like I'm
it's
all
about
about celebrating it. Yeah. But if you're asking me about the manager, this is a manager I'm not convinced by, because I think what happens is the next season is your Cities, your Liverpools, whoever else come back stronger. And if we just won it, still playing that freestyle football, Esquire, shout out to my Don Saeed, then we're going to be in the same predicament. You get what I'm saying? It's a great success, but it's only short term. I look at short term and long term. This is why I spoke about Poch when I spoke about him elevating clubs. This is why I spoke about Klopp and what he did at Liverpool in terms of elevating club. Yes, you want short term success, but long term success as well is vitally important. So I think winning the league like this is not in it. Like, you've been here 2 years and we still don't know our 11. We still don't have a consistent formation. We still don't have a consistent style. That all three of those things fall on the manager. That's my issue.
What about this though? He wins the league, right? He wins the league, and the next season, he wins the league in a good manner as well. He didn't just edge it. He actually deserved to win it. He won the league. Next season, he doesn't win the league, but he wins a Carabao Cup and an FA Cup, right? And he gets you gets us into a Champions League spot. Then the next season after that, he wins the league.
That's success then. Yes, of course, because that's sustained success. That's not by accident. If you have 3 seasons of success, that's not by accident. So therefore, you're doing something right. But to do all of those things, he would need to be playing the same 11 back-to-back, etc. Have a playing style. Like, for instance, I'm not a Manchester City or Liverpool fan. I know exactly how both those sides are going to line up in their 11s. I can tell you exactly how they're going to line up. I can tell a Manchester City goal a mile off. I can tell a Liverpool goal a mile off. He's been there for over 100 games and we still don't have a pattern of play. Let me even break it down even further. If I'm playing FIFA, shout out my brother Tux, when me and him are playing FIFA against each other, I know his lineup before he picks his lineup. I can see a Tux formation off. I know exactly how he's going to play. I know what goals I need to stop. I know how he's going to try and create goals. I know how he's going to defend. And vice versa. He knows exactly how I'm going to set up. He knows exactly the type of... How do we have styles on FIFA? As you play FIFA, I guarantee if me and you play FIFA 5 or 6 times, I'll figure out what your style is. And you'll figure out what mine is. Say that again?
You know Fred's going to be in there. You know?
Yeah, of course I know Fred's going to be in there. That's what I'm saying. And if it's Jan City on FIFA, she's going to be playing with Gundogan. Like, I already know, but that's my point. Having a style, I'm not even saying the style needs to be successful. I'm saying have a style. We see Norwich get relegated in the Premier League last season. That man had a style, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, live or die by your style. How you just out? What do you do in training? This is my biggest issue.
I hear what you're saying. Can we touch base with that? Actually, we should actually do that. Actually,
do what?
What formation would you play consistently in Man United? What players would you fit in?
I told you I'm 3-5-2. That's my go-to formation.
Right. What players though?
De Gea in goal. I go De Gea. I play a back 3. Depending on who you're playing, it varies, but I'd go.
All right. So Bailey's fit. Twanzabi's fit.
I'd go. See that? Then when you got options, I'd go with a mix of. So it would be any 3 from these 4, depending on who we're playing. Maguire, Bailly, Axel, Luke Shaw in it. So it'd be any 3 from those 4. That's who I would go with. They'd be my first. The wing backs, you could go with. I don't know what. I don't know if we can bring Dalot back off loan, but you got Williams, you got Tellez, you got Wan-Bissaka, you got Williams, you got Laird. James as a wing back. Like I said, I was saying on the watch along today, I was hoping it was a back 3 because I believe he'd be more effective as a wing back, because one thing we can see is he struggles as a winger. So playing him as a wing back, it masks it not deflects, but it masks his weaknesses going forward. So that was what would be beat. And I think it fits. I think all our centre backs play better in a back 3. Say that again. Midfield pick any from see what I picked. The four I'd pick from is Fred, Pogba, Bruno, Dunny. I pick from those 4 in it. Depending on who you're playing. No, McTominay to me is a squad player.
So all right, so for me, what I would do is if Bailey is fit, fucking once. He's fit, yeah. That's black. Listen, fam, it matters to me because he's so talented, but he's wasted because of how injured he gets and how long he actually gets injured for. But no, right, for me, obviously De Gea in goal, left back, I could switch it up between Tellez and Luke Shaw. But the majority of the time, I would, in my opinion, I would pick Luke Shaw because him going forward, he went well. He went well. He went forward well today, actually. To be honest with him, and that's to be fair. And this season, he's actually been going forward well as well. So I'd pick Luke Shaw as the majority of the time. I'd pick Luke Shaw. Then pattern the system with the centre backs. I'd pick Wiley and Maguire consistently, and I'd switch up Wiley with Twan Zabi. I'd actually sell Lindelof if I was the manager. I'll be real with you now. I'd actually sell him because I don't think it's good enough.
Okay.
Right back, Wan-Bissaka should be there consistently. If it's a cup game, I'd say there should be like a tier 2 formation. I wouldn't play youngsters only. I'd actually switch up a little bit. Midfield, you know who's getting in there, right? I'd sell Pogba. I'd sell
McTominay.
Pogba.
McTominay's getting in there.
No.
I said no.
I'll be real. I've always said, right, that McTominay has potential. He has potential, but he's just not top quality, and I think he's a squad player. But yeah, I like the partnership between Fred and McTominay. I feel like there's control there, but realistically, I think I'd play Fred and Van de Beek, and then I'd play Bruno as the cam. The wingers, the attacker, I'd play Van de Beek, Fred, and Bruno consistently, and then I'd also switch up Van de Beek with McTominay sometimes. All right, I'd have to because Pogba would be gone if I was the manager. Then Martial, Rashford, and Greenwood. I'd have to play Rashford, Greenwood, and Martial. But at the same time, I could switch up a little bit. I could put Cavani in there for Martial and leave Rashford and Greenwood on the wings. And if Cavani and Martial both want to play, all I have to do is just take Rashford off, put Martial on the left wing, and put Cavani as a striker, keep Greenwood on. Simple. And I wouldn't play James as a winger either because I don't think he's as good as I think he is. I think he's just bang average.
That's my point. That's what I'm talking about. But yo, just before we continue the show, we're gonna open up the phone lines in a second. We'll put the StreamYard link in the comments. Yan City just been getting her jokes off in the comments as well to people. I feel like muting you. As I was saying anyway, make sure you get the likes up, because we got almost 30 people watching. Let me know how many likes we've got on the video, and make sure you subscribe to the channel as always. Like I always say, get the subscribers up, get the likes up on the video, share it. Let's get over 30 people in here. Obviously, this is the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A Boxing Day special. Yancy, are you checking out the likes there, or who are you trolling in that? Are you trolling?
No, I'm not. I was saying people have answered questions. People have asked questions, isn't it?
All right, you can. Oh yeah, by the way, people, it's not just me who are controlling the questions. It's Yancy. Someone said about Poch, which I'll get into. Just a quick one about him not winning any trophies. Neither had Hansi Flick when he went into Bayern Munich, but we'd all take Hansi Flick now.
Sick of the Ollie slander.
I'm saying, nah, we just keep it real, innit? Ollie deserves to get. He deserves to be funded at times. I'm balanced about him though. I'll defend him. You know what I'm saying?
There's a question here from Ryan saying, "What style of play do you prefer, Klopp or Peps?"
Oh, I hate these both. Oh, Jesus Christ! As much as it pays me to admit it, because I respect them both so highly, these are the two clubs I hate the most in it. So saying this makes me feel stick to my stomach. But you know what? There's parts of both that I don't like. Like Klopp, I don't like the workman horse like midfield three in it. Even though it works, I'm not saying it don't work. I'm just saying that's my preference. I don't particularly like that, even though I like 4-3-3. Pep is cold, but I'm not a fan of hate both of it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna say. Hate both of it. If you gun to my head, I'd say Klopp. It's with Pep's, it's the tiki-taka thing, innit? I'm not really a fan of it like that. You get what I'm saying?
I'm backing Pep on that. I'm backing Pep.
We know you're saying Pep Yancy, innit? Gundogan masterclass. And
no, do you know what it is? It's not even that. It's just when City are at their best, that football is ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd say 18-19 season. No, 17-18 is it? The Centaurian season. That was just, the football was unreal.
Yeah, 17-18, yeah.
You know, like, that was Pep at his very best and City at their very best. So, but Klopp still works. Do you know what I mean? So it's not a case of who's, for me, like, when people are comparing them as managers, they both do what they were brought in to do, put it that way. Do you know what I mean? I think Pep at Liverpool and Klopp at City, do you know what I mean, would probably work as well. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them things. But I think, I prefer Pep's in terms of the football, but Klopp's getting results right now. So it is what it is.
Pochettino style. No. I will back Jan on that though, man. I'll say Pep on that one because, like you said, 17-18 season. Oh my god, yo! I wish listen. Back then, this is when we were playing like crap. This is actually when we were playing dead in the Premier League, right? This is when City were bossing it like proper, and this is when I think this is when Sterling was really on top of his game as well. Brilliant. But you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Like some players dip out of form. Sterling definitely one of his best seasons at City.
Yeah, man. Like I said, the thing is with that, because of my pet, like it was bad enough at the time, so I forget. If United don't win the league, I forget what happened that season. You know the Men in Black thing when they put the thing, I don't know what it's called, and they press it and it raises your memory. That's what I do, and it was bad enough at the time.
Wait, what are you talking about, bro?
I said Premier League, yo, this guy don't listen and that. I said what I said was when it comes to Premier League seasons and Manchester United didn't win the title, I erased that shit from my memory. So I don't remember what happened in that. I don't remember that City team. You know what I'm saying? It was bad enough at the time. Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Did you understand that? Yeah.
Yeah, I understood that. I just don't understand the Men in Black joke, bro.
Don't top class me, babes. All right. Wait, one sec, ads. Don't patronize me, babes. All right. Don't do that. Okay.
I'll get you the season review DVD or whatever.
All right, you do that. All right, darling.
Present.
Okay, darling. Whatever you say. United, are you done? Yeah, you got to carry on.
You know what? Even better, it's on Amazon Prime. That season is on Amazon Prime, innit?
Jeez.
Right. United Daily says 38 likes. Look how funny you think you are as well, innit? Look at you, innit? Over there, cheesing up over there. Look how funny you find it. What prick. You're such an Egypt. Right, 38 likes. The video says United Daily. Yo, I was going to say, yo, get that to 40 likes. And also United Daily, I made you a mod. I think you was asking to be a mod, innit? So I did make you a mod. Abdi Mahmood says, yeah, Flawless, make me a mod. I'm a regular here. Here's what you need to do, yeah? After the video's up, comment on it again, innit? So then it will tell, so then it's there. I don't have to. And that's the end of using regular. Yeah, fucking frozen it.
Yeah, you fucking.
Oh, he's gone. Let me see if there's any more questions. I know Ryan asked me a question here, which is, Jan, would you like to see Zinchenko start at left back in the league? Left back? No, I think even though Cancelo is playing out of position right now, I think I'd still start Cancelo there over him because Cancelo has just been sick for us. Obviously, when Walker's fit, he goes back in at right back. I think, you know what? I'm a big fan of Mendy. I know he's not been at his best since he got injured, but you know, I love my Mendy. So I'd like to see him back. When the last game that he played, he looked good, you know, but he just needs a run of games about getting injured and stuff like that. So I would honestly like to see Cancelo and Mendy personally, but just with fitness and stuff, it's not really.
I just want to say. Yeah, Conrad. Yeah, I see your comment, man. We all know Bruno's better than the Ginger Mark Albrighton one. Number two, he said the other day you said you'll make me mod. Here's the thing, I was saying that before, man. Frozen. That if you want to be a mod, this is to anyone who's regular. So Abdi Mahmood, Conrad, like yourself. After the video's uploaded, comment on it, not in the live chat. Comment on the actual YouTube video, and I make you a mod because that's what I had to do. So it saves me having to go through hundreds of comments.
Is Mendy injury prone yet?
Is he freezing? He's all freezing. Yeah, you keep freezing in and out.
I'm not freezing. I don't know what's going on. But he was talking to you anyway. I was just talking to you.
Yeah, you say he's injury prone?
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't before he joined City, and then he tore his ACL in it. So ever since then, obviously, it took him a long time to get back. And then when he did get back, he's had little injuries after it. which is what I was saying about Van Dijk. Van Dijk needs to be careful because as much as he's getting fit quick, that injury can cause other smaller injuries to keep happening. So, it's hard to kind of get back to your best after having that. But Leroy Sané seems to be all right. So hopefully for Van Dijk, he'll be like that. But yeah, Mendy's just been, it's a little bit inconsistent, but he comes in and he looks good. And then he plays another game 5 games later and he's a bit poor. So I think he just needs like a run of games, but it's hard because obviously Walker pretty much starts every game when he's fit.
Yeah.
And then Cancelo's been sick since he's come to City, to be honest. Like, I love Cancelo.
He's underrated.
Yeah, definitely. He's so good. So, yeah, I don't think we need to start Zinchenko at left back, to be honest. But, you know what? We'll see. You know what? Pep changes the squad a lot, so he will play. He played the other day when they were resting De Bruyne. So we'll see. Is there any more questions? Okay. Rich Sports, big up Rich. He says, is a League Cup enough this year? I'm assuming that's for Man United. So if you win the League Cup, is that enough?
No,
Absolutely.
no, it's not.
Absolutely. Because
Not by itself. Go on, Ads, you go first.
All right, no, okay. That's what I was gonna say. Not by itself. No, not by itself. Definitely not. But I feel like we have a chance to win the Europa League. I don't see why we can't win the Europa League. I honestly don't see why we can't.
Yeah, here's the thing with that. I don't see why we can't win the Europa League.
Do you know what? I did actually think Spurs would win that.
They have no chance to win anything.
No, I thought they did, but now Man United are in there. I don't think they won't beat you to it.
No, they definitely won't. They just I said this as well, and I said they're gonna fuck it up for themselves in the Premier League as well. And they have. Then I don't think they have a shot anymore. As much, okay, they might have a shot, but it wasn't as high of a chance as it was before. They lost that game. And now they've literally backtracked to where they were at the start of the season, which is looking like a team that can possibly do something. And when they were doing well, they looked like a team that were going to do something. There's a big difference.
I think for Spurs, they would have had to have a lead at the top. You know, one of them where you can lose 2 games and you're still at the top. I think they would have needed that.
7 points for both, basically.
Whereas like your Liverpools, your Man United, your Cities, you don't actually need to be up there. Do you know what I mean? You can be 5 points behind and get them 5 points and finish above the team above you. Whereas I think with Spurs, they'd probably need that, even just for confidence of, we don't have to win the next game. And I think that's what kind of happened with Spurs because they were kind of flying high. And then once they got sort of one bad result, it's kind of like they've not looked the same since. So I think, I don't think, I never thought that Spurs would win the league. I thought they had a chance because everyone has a chance this season. It's one of them weird seasons. But I just think, like, for me, like, the only thing that puts them in that conversation really is the fact they've got Jose, who is a winner. Do you know what I mean? Because he is. So I think that's what kind of puts them in that conversation. But for me, I just can't see past Klopp or potentially Pep for the league this year. I'm not saying that no one else will be in the title race. I'm not saying that it's going to be, I think it's going to be a very close league this year. I can't see, like, even Liverpool, maybe if they go on a run of wins and go like 10 points clear, maybe they can run away with it a little bit. But I don't think they will. I think it'll be quite close.
Yeah, I think it's you two. I think it's you two, unfortunately, man. Like, I think it's you lot. I think it's City and I think it's Liverpool. Like, I can't look past either you two. I think if United or Chelsea had the right pieces in play, basically, if United and Chelsea had better managers, one of those two could possibly win it. But because they don't, it's between City and Liverpool. I can't look past that. Oh yeah, someone asked in the comments. One sec, Ads, just before you get your last point off. Someone asked in the comments, we're gonna open up the phone lines after Ads makes his last comment. Obviously, add-on, we'll just have one on. You're on for like 5-10 minutes. Get your question in or say your piece. and then we're just gonna and then on to the next one, and then we can just rotate it. We can keep it moving and that, more tinkering than Ollie. You get what I'm saying? And that's what we gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Hella tink. Oh, that's not a diss. Ollie is the tinker man. You get me? He's never picked the same 11 twice in 2.5 years.
Is he frozen again? Oh my gosh.
Have I frozen?
Okay.
No,
Wow.
he's not frozen, no.
Have I frozen?
Let me.
back.
Is he
Am I
not?
back?
No, he's moving around. He's moving mad. He's doing some stupid dance now.
Oh, well, mine was just had him. Okay.
See, you got me out
Mine's
here
like
thinking I'm tripping,
behind
babes.
Your
Something new,
devices
innit?
take flawless. That's what it is, man.
Nah, they just don't want to hear what you gotta say. It's all right. I'll take it. 187. Thanks for quick. You are 100% right with this. Yeah, you're 100%. Them,
Yeah.
Man United.
Hey, here's the thing, though. You lot don't get the Yan City I get in it, because she be hiding the Spurs slander and that off layer. Yeah, when we're talking on the phone or talking before shows, she be on their necks, and then she gets on there. She's all nice, showing teeth, moving around her hair and that. It's like, nah, come with the slander and that. You know what I'm saying? Keep that
Well,
pre-show energy.
There's certain clubs that don't get respect from me. Manchester United.
The feeling is mutual because yours don't get respect
Yeah,
from
yeah,
us.
guys. All the United fans in the chat. Yeah, she's respectful to the fans. She's not respectful to the club, though. That's
Nah, that's-
the big
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah,
They narrate that as well.
That's the whole point. Though.
I
You
don't
can
like
be you can be respectful to the fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm respectful to Yan City, even though she's a City fan. I'm very respectful. Stroll's my brother. He's unfortunately a Liverpool fan. I'm very respectful to Ryan. He's a Liverpool fan. You get what I'm saying? And that you have to be respectful.
Most of my
to these
close
people.
friends support Man United.
There you
Most
go,
of my
innit?
best friends support Man United.
Yo, my
My
little brother's
best friend supports Man United.
there. You
Our
go, my
mum
little brother.
supports Liverpool. Like,
There you go.
you
innit?
know what I mean?
There you go. My little brother's Ollie in. You know what I'm saying? I still show him love. You know what I'm saying? It's mad. You know what I'm saying? It's mad. It's mad. Right. I've just put the link in. I put the link in the comments in it. So obviously, when you add on, and then make sure you got your questions ready and that. But yeah, I've just put the StreamYard link out. So add in, and we'll click you
There's
in.
a question here before we go. Ryan
Yeah, go on.
says, do you think either Liverpool or City are capable of beating Bayern Munich over 2 legs? What do you think?
I think so. Yes, but obviously
Yeah.
you make
What will
Bayern
you
Munich
add?
the
Because
favourites.
he's freezing out here.
Have I frozen again? Right, back
Flawless,
in
we
one
can see
sec.
you. Yeah.
Come back now.
Flawless, we can see you. I can see
Is
you.
it? Yo,
I
Yan
can
City
see
lying
you.
to me in it. She just lying to me in that.
Saying F this and turning your camera.
Yo, serious, yo.
Thing.
F your computer in it. But as I was saying in it, because everyone else can hear me by you in it, so it's all right. I could say some wild shit to Yan City right now. Should have been none the wiser. But anyways, as I was saying, yes, Liverpool and City are capable of beating Bayern Munich over 2 legs. That being said, of course, Bayern Munich would be the favourites. But are they capable? Yeah. With the firepower that City have and the firepower that Liverpool have, they're capable, yes. What do you think, Ads?
Yeah, man. I think they're capable. Give me 2 minutes, all right? I'll be back.
No problem, man. Handle business, man. No stress. Right, we'll add Jerry to the stream and that. Man, like Jeremiah Ojan, who said we're winning the quadruple. You know what I'm saying? He's with all the smoke. He said United are winning the quadruple. Whatever he's been drinking over Christmas, I need in my life. I need a lifetime supply. You get what I'm saying, Jeremiah? I need a lifetime supply. You get me? Whatever it is. Man said quadruple, you know. I was like, okay, man said it with his whole chest in it. We got Ads who's Ollie in. Get me? Jeremiah's talking about we winning quadruples. I don't know what Manchester United fans are worried about. It's mad. But go on, Jeremiah. What do you want to ask or get off your chest?
Listen, yeah, this Ollie out crew, yeah, just a waste of energy. Just because you drew a game, yeah, people are saying Ollie out. What? Why are you Ollie out? Just because we do. And plus, Rasmus has got a hat trick. It's down to the players. People need to understand it's not always on Ollie. It's down to the players.
I get what you say. Here's the thing is, I get what you're saying, and I don't think I can speak from someone who wants Ollie out. It's not just from this game. It's just everything. It's the whole 2 years. You know what I'm saying? This just adds on to it. You get what I'm saying? It just adds. All it does is when he gets a bad result, it just fuels why we don't want him in. Because every time, 90% of the time when Manchester United get a bad result, it's not because the team has been better than us on that day. Like Sevilla in the semi-finals are one-off. But more often than not, it's something Ollie's done. It's either the lineup, or he's not made a sub, or he's not taken off a player, or some nonsense like that. That's the issue. So I don't think people are saying Ollie out simply off today's game. It's everything in it. We just had enough in it. I'm one of them. I've had enough. Yeah, me. I'm up to it. I've been Ollie out for over a year. I've had enough. Go on.
you think about it, yeah, like just go back to last season, yeah. He had the starting lineup. He started Lingard and Daniel James, yeah.
Mhm,
That's big.
mhm,
And then he had to bottle the FA Cup and the was it and the Carabao Cup. He had to do it because he didn't want he knew that top four was important and we didn't have the quality. He
yeah.
didn't we didn't have a replacement for Lukaku and we didn't have a replacement for Herrera. But now he does now. He has this for this. I gave him a chance because he got top four last. Like I'm
Mhm,
giving this chance for this whole season because he got top four, which I didn't know he would. Because I predicted because last season I predicted a sixth, yeah, and he got
okay.
third, which I was happy about.
Mhm,
But I see he didn't get back in the transfer window, yeah. He didn't really care because he just had to get on. He handled it well. If it was other managers like Poch, he'll get pissed off, and these managers get themselves sacked, and Ollie still carried on doing what he's doing. And I think, and yes, you keep saying, "Oh, doesn't have a starting lineup." But the
mhm,
thing is, yeah, we need squad rotation. Yeah, that's what Ollie is doing. Squad rotation, like this week he starts Matoma and Fred, and next week he starts Pogba. We can't just make Ollie. We can't just look what happened last season. Rashford played every game and then got injured,
mhm,
and lucky lockdown happened, yeah, and then became fourth. That's what
yeah.
people need to understand that squad rotation is important.
It is key, but like I stated, and you make a valid point in terms of the players he's had in the past. I give Ollie full credit for that. I say this squad he has built is fantastic. You know what I'm saying? Like the job he's done in terms of the players he's let go and the players he's brought in has helped elevate Manchester. This is the best squad we've had easily to me, and the most balanced squad since pre-Fergie. So that being said, the fact that he has a better squad, he should be getting better results and playing better football, and he's not. That's the issue that I have, and that's the issue many Ollie out. Because just because I'm Ollie out, it doesn't mean everyone who's in the Ollie out camp agrees with everything. The same way everyone who's Ollie in doesn't agree with everything Ollie in. Like you believe we're gonna win a quadruple. I don't think Ad thinks we're gonna win a quadruple, but he thinks we can win the league. You get what I'm saying? I don't think we can win
I
anything.
never said we can
Obviously,
win the
talk
league.
my opinion. Oh, you don't think we can win the league? My
I
bad.
never. Okay,
Apologies.
no.
I said it.
This season,
Yeah,
listen.
We
Right,
can.
right. Overall, I said
yeah.
this season we are capable of winning the league. I never said we will or yeah.
Okay, capable. All
I never
right,
said that you
capable.
guys in our chance. It's not just
Mm-hmm.
this season. I'm saying once we adapt and get the players that we need as well, I
Mm-hmm.
don't see why we can't. And when he gets all those players in, once he gets all that baggage, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say, yeah, they're not gelling together. That's the reason why we're not getting good results. That's when I will generally ask questions of him. And
Okay.
Jerry, I'll ask you a question as well because on my watch along, you said you're Ollie out after we lost to RBL.
Ads, no, no ads. I didn't say
No,
that.
no, 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 no. I'll clip it
No,
as
I
well.
didn't
I'll
say
clip
that.
it. I'll clip
No,
it.
man. I'm not Ollie. I'm Ollie in, bruv. I'm
Was that
not,
just
sir, bruv.
was that just a spare of the moment thing?
I came back, fam. I was Ollie, but I came back.
All right, no,
Because
that
I
yeah.
realized
To be
that,
honest, he
no,
did
well,
do
it
that.
hurts me as well, but it doesn't make me Ollie out. Okay, fine. I came back. I'm Ollie in now.
You're Ollie. So wait. Was it just a spare of the moment thing? You were just mad because we
Because
lost.
it hurts me. Then it hurts me. The next day, I actually think about it, and I came back. I was
All
thinking
right,
about,
cool.
this guy deserves another chance, but I don't know why I was like that. I should like stayed Ollie in. But think about it, I just realized the reason, the reason why I was angry was I realized that that game we had injuries, we had Fred out, and we had two of our best strikers out as well. That's
Big up,
why
Fred.
we lost. I don't think it was his fault.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
I
The
mean,
reason why you said Ollie out is because Jem was there taking the piss, just laughing at me. Yeah, that's why. Listen, because he was there stirring the pot the whole time.
Yeah, man.
And you know what? He likes to put pressure on people until they say Ollie out, or this plays that. But
You
no,
can't flip, man.
I hear what you said exactly what you said.
You got that on your sword. But yo, Jerry, thank you very much for jumping on. Obviously, feel free to stay on the queue, and we're gonna try get through these callers as much as possible. You get what I'm saying? So stay on the line if you want. Totally up to you. Big up every time. I hope you're right about the quadruple win as well. You get what I'm saying? I hope you're right. Right, let's move on.
Jan looked so unsatisfied. Like, is he
There we
serious?
go. Big
Hello?
up to Glazers. Yes, Glazers out. What you telling me? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Excellent, man. What do you want to talk about? What's your question, or what do you want to get off your chest?
I'm gonna touch on something very deep in the Man U fan community.
Okay.
The top Reds and Man U politics with the fans. these the thing is with Man U fans at the moment, it's not racism, the amount of nationalism in our fan group on Twitter is ridiculous.
Okay, go on,
The
elaborate on
amount
that.
of stick the non-British players get is getting silly now.
You got a point. You got a point. Like I said this on the live stream. If a certain French number 9 missed those chances Rashford had today, we having a different conversation. If a certain French player who plays number 6 for us is trying to meg players on the edge of his own box and we can see the goal, we having a different conversation. So I get what you're saying to a point.
Like
It's not
if
the energy's not
McTominay
consistent.
was
Yeah,
called
go on.
Scott McTominay and was Brazilian, the amount of stick he would get would be ridiculous.
Glazers out. I'll give you. I'm guessing. No, I like that word still. I'll give you a prime example, right? I'll give you a prime example. So I'll state 3 players that get it the most in our team, right? So in my opinion, Pogba, Martial, and Fred. Mainly, I think them 3 because
And
it's
De
a
Gea.
prime example. And yeah, De Gea as well. Prime example, the PSG game. When Fred went in for that challenge, he won the ball, right? And the thing is, all these influencers, all these cheats, yeah, and crooks, they all went in on him saying, "Oh yeah, I would never add him to the team again. He's a disgrace. He doesn't deserve to wear the shirt." When Martial misses sitters, we give him hate. It's not even us. It's just our fan base. We give him hate, copious amounts of it as well, to the point that he has to respond to us on social media. Paul Pogba, whenever he gets haircuts or does anything like that, and them 3 players especially, they are so talented and they bring so much to the team as well. It's not even Pogba's haircuts. It's just how his performances on the field as well. They just judge it. They're like, oh yeah, but instead of getting your hair done and dancing in the changing room, maybe you should actually play football. In my opinion, that's just disgraceful. It's scandalous comments that come out of our players as well. It's not even just our team as well, though, Glazers are. Not even just our team, bro. It's many teams in the Premier League with people from countries outside of the UK. And it's disappointing as well because they're talented and they have baggage and they bring stuff to a team as well. That's the one problem I have, because you look at the likes of Pogba, Martial and Fred, they've all brought something to the team, and it's not a nice sight to see though. I'm guessing you like those 3 players especially. I'm guessing you do.
No, but I'm just getting people like called Billy Smith in my mentions saying how Pogba's a disgrace to the club and how it's just awful.
Yeah, no,
I Bruno's getting it
I like this guy. I like this guy, Man said Billy Smith,
As I said, like if they were called Scott McTominay, it's just a different story.
Yeah. Nah,
All
you
these
know what?
pop Reds with like Man U fan, like we're better than you guys because we from Manchester, we're white, we go to every game. Home and away, we sing, we shout. I just don't get it. It's stupid, really.
Yeah, nah, you know what? You're right in terms of it's stupid because at the end of the day, we're all Manchester United fans, and my Don Aaron United makes this point. Whereas you can have the favorite, you and someone else can have the favorite artist, but have different songs you like, and that's what it is with Manchester United. We're all Manchester United fans, obviously on here, minus Jan City because she wasn't raised right. But what's it called?
That's what.
Yeah, sure, whatever you say, darling. But as I was saying, where was I even at? Yeah, you can like the same artists, but not like the same songs. And it's simple as that. We all want Manchester United to do well if you're a Manchester United fan. But it seems to certain people, if you don't support the club a certain way, then you're wrong. Like if you want, and this ain't a shot at you ads, but if you don't back the manager, you're not a true Manchester United fan. If you're not from Manchester, bear in mind I'm Manchester born and bred people, for those that don't know. But I would never shit on somebody. I would never shit on somebody who's not from Manchester and call him a non-Manchester United fan. Like, that makes no type of sense whatsoever. Like it
there
doesn't
are very
matter.
much influences like that. But it's not even Manchester. It's not even Manchester United. Listen, because obviously other channels are available. Yeah, but listen, there's one influencer who always minimizes and disrespects people who aren't from this country because they're influencers and they support Arsenal, right? And I'm not going into details because I'm not
Call him out.
his crop. I'm not gonna call him out because
Don't give him no
I'm
shine.
not gonna call him out. I don't call people out unless they've done something to really offend, or just done something stupid that I think should deserve to be called out. But he's a disgrace because I'm sure many people in the chat will know who I'm talking about. But he represents Arsenal. and he thinks because he's got listed as the name of the voice of opinions that he can just go on and say whatever he thinks is right and claim that it's facts. It's not. It's absolute nonsense. The whole point of this community, this community was literally built of two channels, AFTV and the United Stand, and all of this generated into channels like the Terrence, and then you had all these solo grafters as well, and then it all evaluated onto communities and people making good friendships with people.
Yeah.
But this guy is spiteful, and if I was YouTube, I'd take down his content because he's just spreading hate towards other influencers. And the reason why that is because he can't accept the fact that there are fans who aren't from this country that that label themselves as influencers and spread their opinion and thoughts. And a main topic in the media that has been always in the media is Arteta out and that, yeah. But big up to Arteta and that. But there's always controversy. There's always controversial when you talk about that topic. There's always going to be two sides.
Yeah.
And this guy very much promotes Arteta out, and people who think Arteta in is the right choice are stupid.
I've got all right. And
Go
I
on.
know like lots of us fans, Ollie in, Ollie out. But one thing that Man U fans we don't do every time we say Ollie out is we deflect blame away from the board, which is the main problem.
Absolutely.
Like Juan Mata
Absolutely.
is on 180 grand a week and Salah's on 200 grand a week. Phil Jones
Yeah.
is on 100 grand a week. Allison's on 90 grand a week.
But that's we know this. That is the incompetence of the board and the people around. But we know that's issues.
Mental.
Yeah,
It's
from top.
mental.
Yeah, from top to bottom. I've said this in it with the whole Manchester United, from top to bottom, from the owners all the way down to the playing staff. Press the reset button. Yeah, what I'm saying, because it's not good enough. We just need a whole restart in it. Pull the plug and plug it back in. That's what we need to do.
Pull
This
the
shit's
plug
not
on the
working.
club. Leave it
All right,
out.
relax. All right,
Pull
fam,
it
relax.
in.
Hey, big man,
comment, please.
big man,
Conrad.
chill out.
From
Go on,
Conrad.
what comment?
Pull up that comment, Conrad.
Which one?
Please.
What did he say? Because he said a few. What league
He
winner?
said Ricky on the United Stand said Fred was not good today and the comedy was better.
Yeah, but Ricky, the thing is with Ricky, we know Ricky he's a big fan of like, who is it? Matic and Mata, his guys. isn't it?
Matic,
McTominay,
Dan
Mata, yeah.
James.
Yeah. And you know what? I know people that have spoke to him, and he's not doing that for showing it. Like, he genuinely believes that. Do I agree with him? No, but he's entitled to his
Yeah, he
opinion.
said
But
Matic is Man U's best player.
there you go. And Glazers out. Let us know. I mean, not let us know. Sorry. Give us your last thoughts, whatever, before we go on to the next caller.
Yeah, just big up, and I like the content's good and it's helping me when I'm not revising. I'm watching the content basically. So thank you.
Big up, man. Yeah, be stay revising on that, man. Innit? You know what I'm saying? Big up Glazers out. Yeah, salute, man.
Big up to you, bro. Thanks for coming on.
All right, on to the next one. We'll go United Tunnel.
Yes. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, man. What's going on, United Tunnel? Welcome to Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. What questions
Thank
you
you.
bring off your chest?
Thank you. Shout outs to you, Flawless. Long time listener, first time caller on all the platforms, whether it's Saeed, Rants, whatever. But shout outs to you, Yan, as well. Couple of things I wanted to get off my chest. Even though I'm from Toronto, I've been to Manchester a couple of times. I've seen Man United games. And one of the funniest things that I've seen is I showed up to a Man City versus Man United game early, about an hour early. There weren't too many people sitting beside me. And I thought, you know what, maybe it's just early, people will come in later. But here I am halfway through the game, and there's 10 seats wide open right beside me. And that told me for the first time that, yeah, you know what, there's probably not many Man City fans out there. How are there seats right beside me? Like multiple seats. All right, so that was a shot to Yan.
Love it, man.
Yeah, you know what though? Like, I've never been to a Manchester derby where it hasn't been full. Like, if
because
it
it's
is
always full when you play.
if it is full, it's because people bought tickets and didn't come. But that doesn't happen on Manchester derby. So, I don't know.
I'm exaggerating a little bit. You know, there was probably just a couple of seats. It wasn't 10.
No, it was 25 in it, but it's cool, isn't it?
Yeah. Two other things I want to touch on quickly, and then I'll let you guys get to the next callers. But about Lampard, or I call him Lamb Fraud, specifically about him, I'd have to say, you know, those people when you're trying to teach them how to cook a certain meal, and you give them a formula. You know, Lampard is like one of those coaches. He's trying to implement some sort of a formula, but he can't even get the formula right. So the head chef keeps telling him, nah, brother. Like today, they took a major L. They should have won that game, and he blamed it on his players. That's
Yeah.
unfortunate, right? I think Lampard, if he doesn't get top 4 this season, Roman Abramovich, he's putting in some next man, and he's probably going to put in Tuchel or whoever, right? So that's a problem for Chelsea, and I don't think they're title challengers. I'm a United fan, by the way, if I haven't made that clear enough, but I'm a
Yeah,
United fan.
we guessed by the City slander 1 and 2 by the username. We guessed. I love it.
I hear United Tunnel, but I disagree with the point that you made about them not being title contenders. They are, bro. Just go back. They are. And it doesn't matter whether or not they're playing well, whether or not they're losing games and they're winning games. They are title contenders. If you're going to say that, you're still going to say, like the majority of fans believe that Spurs and City are title contenders, right? In my opinion, they still are. Chelsea have to be as well. There's no way Tottenham are going to get over here. Chelsea and City are as well. Just simply walking over like that. I know Pep's the top manager, and I think City are definitely. Where's the feedback coming from? I'm getting the bad feedback. You're not hearing that?
You sound a bit distorted, ads.
Mm-hmm.
You not hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but you sounded distorted.
I'm just getting some mad feedback from someone's mic.
I heard most of what you said there.
Respond to it, United Tunnel.
Yeah, so I think what you're saying was you disagree. Chelsea is a title contender. In my opinion, I think they have the players to be a title contender. The problem is Lampard chooses to play the wrong players in the wrong positions. Like you got Werner for 50 mil, 60 mil? Put that guy where he shines, and that's right up front, right? Put him right in the middle. Don't put players like, what I call him Downtown Abbey, Downtown Abbey Abraham. I put him, he puts him right there in the middle.
Why do you call him Downtown Abraham? Yeah. Go on, elaborate.
I don't know. I have a lot of Chelsea friends who are fans of Chelsea, so I have to get into too much banter with those guys. So I have a name for all of them. But Timo Werner, put him in the middle. Ziyech, when he comes back, put him out to the right, and then Pulisic, put him out to the left. That's a problem that they have. They have a really good midfield, and I think they're suspect in the defense. Like Thiago Silva, in my opinion, 36 years old. I mean, he'll provide a lot of experience, but I think if he gets injured, they're done. So maybe 1 or 2 pieces away, and Lampard has to pick the right players, in my opinion.
Yeah, but United Tunnel, you just said that Frank Lampard places players in the wrong positions. It's one player. And it's not a wrong position because we know Werner can play on the wing, and Abraham is a striker. So it's not wrong positioning. It's just comfort positioning. As in, Werner is better as a striker, yes, but he's still doing bits of the wing. So it's not Lampard putting players in the wrong position.
Yeah, yeah, not to cut you off. No, that was a fair point. That was just one example. I think Kai Havertz, you got to play him at number 10. He's not playing him at all. When he has played him, he's played him in different positions. Mason Mount, he's had trouble placing him in the right position. And so, in my opinion, he's just got to pick the right players in the right places, and he's just not the right guy for them. Like he's learning on the job. He's very different from a guy like Ollie. Ollie, I'm neither in with Ollie or Ollie out. Neither, right? I just want to see what he does by the end of the season. Ollie, the big thing about him is he's trying to do open heart surgery on a live patient. That's difficult to do. You try to do open heart surgery on a live patient. Some things are going to become dysfunctional, and that's the problem with United right now. They're not consistent. You know what I mean? But I think just give Ollie time. Let's wait till the end of the year, and then let's reevaluate where he is. Right? And we'll have to see where he's at. Do we want him in? Do we want him out? In my opinion, we got to be challenging. Right?
I'm managing.
Absolutely. Like if we get a center back right now, Lindelof, you saw him hobble off the field today. I heard he's out for the season. Sorry to cut you off. I heard he's out for the season. Is that true?
Oh, Lindelof. I think he is, man. He has back injury.
Yeah, the back injury. I heard the back injury because he was carrying the injury anyway. It's a reoccurrence.
Oh, wow. We are so fucked. We have to rely on Bailey, and if Bailey gets injured, we have to rely on Tuanzebe as well.
I don't mind. That could be a blessing.
No, I mind.
No.
Bailey's injury prone. Right? Shut up, man. Listen, understand. Bailey is injury prone. And even in the first game against Everton, he literally. I'm guessing you saw that as well, United Tunnel. When he went in without the Charlatan challenge, he fell right flat on his back, and you all thought he was out
Yes.
again. And that's what we don't want. But no, I hear what you're saying, United Tunnel, man. You're bringing some good points and factors to the table about the players, and space shout about Ollie as well, because with Ollie, I'm manager in. I'm not Ollie in, I'm manager in. And when I say manager in, it means, listen, if you're Ollie out, your Glazers in, because they're just getting what they want. They're just following the engine, they're getting a new manager in. And that's what they want. And it's just a new set division. They're just going to want to get the players that they want in, and they're not going to live up to it. And they're going to give them tier 2 players, which is what they do every single year with every
Hey,
manager.
Jan.
And
Hey,
the
Jan,
only
shut
tier
up,
1
man.
manager, the only tier 1 signing in recent years has been Bruno Fernandes, which is what Ollie wanted. If I'm not wrong, that is.
Absolutely. You're totally right. And the one thing I don't like about Ollie Outers is they blame him when things go wrong, but they don't give him the credit when things go right. That's a big problem to me. And you got to stay neutral at the end of the day. But we have to get a center back, especially now that you guys just told me Lindelof is probably out for the season. We have to get a center back. Bailly's the only person we can rely on, and he's injury prone, right? Anyway, let's give it some time. Let's see the end of the year. I think we can definitely finish second, but we got to strengthen. Liverpool's just too difficult right now. Man City, I think they can challenge again. They just need a little bit more consistency. I think their quality, even though I like to banter them. But yeah, those are the only things I wanted to say. I got lamb fraud off my chest. Let's give Ollie his dues, right? His credit. And by the way, I'm wearing Lukaku's Tims right now. It's snowing out here in Toronto. His Tims are coming to use. I'm
There
telling
you
you, it's
go.
nice.
Yo, big up for calling in, big up for supporting, and obviously I've seen your name in the comments before as well. So yeah, man, salute, man.
Big up to
Salute,
you, Tony, man.
salute.
Big up.
You can follow me on.
Oh crap, I cut him off. 1 sec. My bad. I cut you off by accident.
No.
Tell him where you can find you in it.
I don't know. No, I appreciate it, brother. Thank you for getting me on. You can follow me on @UnitedTunnel on Twitter. I appreciate it.
There you go, people. That's where you can find him at the United Tunnel. Yeah, there you go,
sir.
people. All right, big up United Tunnel. Yeah, respect, man. Boom. Moving on to the next one. I'm trying to see who's connected. All right, let's go to the get me. Man, like Charlie and that. Charlie, what you telling me, my guy?
Yo, what's up?
What you telling me?
Yo, I really I gotta ask you to stop with the Jesus stuff, because I feel like that's bringing me bad luck in life. So if you can cut it out, that'd be great. Because it's hunting me a little bit. It's yo, I'm not even gonna ask Ads Flawless, his little bro. Who said that? I really wanted to defend myself, because that felt personal when he said that people from outside England can't. Yo, I've been supporting a team that hasn't won shit in 16 years, and it means to tell me I'm not a true fan.
Yo, Charlie, that's why you don't let these man talk nonsense to you. And like I'm saying, no, let me say this and say this again. You just said you supporting a team that's nobody's glory hunting supporting Arsenal. You know what I mean? No one's picking Arsenal, you get what I'm saying? No one's picking them issues to support that team. Like if you're an Arsenal fan and you're not from England, I know 1000% you are Arsenal through and through. No one is picking that. Nobody is picking that. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, I know 110% you are Arsenal through and through. To put yourself through that trauma, you are Arsenal through and through. You know what I'm saying?
You know what though? I think a lot of the time people just say things for the sake of saying it, and you always get people like that. You always get banter. Like obviously, growing up in Manchester, there was always like the banter between City and United. Just naturally, there was that sort of banter. And then you get people like City fans will say things like, oh, Londoners support Man United. Like, it's just kind of banter. We're not saying every single fan is from London. Obviously, they aren't. But it's just like banter that you have in it. So it's like, it's the same, I think, in Liverpool with Everton fans, because they feel like the more local club in terms of the fans. It doesn't mean that there's actually less Everton fans, less Liverpool fans in the city of Liverpool. It just kind of feels like the local people tend to support them, if you know what I mean. But it's probably not the case. That's just the banter that they have. So, a lot of the time, I wouldn't take it personally when people say, oh, such and such from, like you can't support a team if you're not from them. Like there's a guy who actually lives near Old Trafford, part-time. So he's from Ireland. He lives in Ireland. He's from Ireland and he lives there, but he has a flat in Old Trafford, and he just bought that flat solely for Man United games. So he has a season ticket and he flies over every game and
Steve,
stays
if I was rich, I could do that.
What? Why? Yeah, you know what? If you don't want to do that, go watch Arsenal week in, week out. You don't want to be close to that shit. You don't want to be close to that shit. That being said, let me put this out there as well. Everyone's watching. We do have an Arsenal show coming to Sarcasm City TV called Real Talk. Wait, no, Gonna Talk from the Arsenal. That's the name of the show. Gonna Talk from the Arsenal. It's four Arsenal fans on it. Charlie is one of the hosts. There's 3 others as well, and that will be every Monday on Sarcasm City TV, 9 p.m. Every Monday they'll be discussing everything Arsenal. Obviously, we got United shows on here. We have obviously Gyardam City with Yan City, and now we have an Arsenal show as well.
Yeah.
Go on, Charlie.
We're the 4 horsemen of the Arsenalips.
There you go. That's the tagline. Make sure you run with that. So yeah, that's starting this Monday, and that'll be straight after the From a Third Eye View end of year special. That'll be on Pi Radio, but it'll be on this channel on Monday. We're gonna keep the content rolling, people. We stay with the content. You know what I'm saying? This is the 3rd live show on this channel today, so we're gonna keep this rolling through Christmas all the way up.
I'm very excited, man. I'm very excited, and I can't thank you enough. I feel really blessed that you invited me to do this. I really do.
Nah, man, it's fully deserved because you know what you're talking about. Like from the first time man heard you, I'm like, yeah, this guy knows his stuff. So I'm like, I already had you in mind from then. It was just a question of what was the show. When you said right, I was like, right, for Arsenal fan, he's very level-headed. Because Arsenal fans, like Manchester United fans, and I include myself on this on social media, are the most shameless fan base. We are the most shameless fan base. So when, including ads as well. He's
No.
Shameless. No.
No.
We're definitely very reactive, both of our fan bases.
Extremely reactionary, 1000%. But don't ever let these man tell you nonsense about you because you're not from London or you're not from England, you don't support Arsenal. Like I said, nobody's picking Arsenal to support or Manchester United. You get what I'm saying? Man. And Yan City, she's a part of that because I've known her years. And she's been a City fan when they was in friggin' Division 1 and that, when they was playing your Tranmeres and all them things. You know what I'm saying? Look at
if I wasn't a true fan, I could have just jumped to the Chelsea or the City boat when they started buying a lot of players and being way more successful than I am. But I'm not, mate. I know I'm an Arsenal fan. I just want the asshole to feel bad, to know he's dumb in saying that. But there's no doubt in my mind. I support 2 teams that have been struggling a lot, mate. I'm definitely a true one.
Nah, I hear that. I hear that.
I don't think it's one of them things you pick a team in it. Like most people, and this is what annoys me when people say like they make comments like my team's won blah 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 blah. Like I was born in 1991. I could have just said, "Oh, I'm going to support the team with the most trophies at that time." Do you know what I mean? So I could have just said, "Right, I'm going to be a Liverpool fan," because at that time they'd won more trophies than anyone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I didn't choose to be a Liverpool fan. So it's like when people are saying, "Oh, we won all this," like it's weird to me because it's like, and that's why you get people that say things like, "Oh, if you're from abroad, blah blah blah," because they kind of feel like if you grow up and you support your local club, and it's say Luton, and that's your local team, you probably have a lot of fans that support Liverpool and United and stuff coming to you and saying your team are rubbish. Do you know what I mean? So you'll feel attacked because you'll feel like, well, I'm from Luton. I supported the team closest to me when I could have supported any of the teams you've listed. Do you know what I mean? But for me, I think you pick a team. You know, Everton's motto is that the club chooses you. That's how they say it. You don't choose to become an Everton fan. For me, my first game when I stepped into the Etihad, because my dad never took me to Main Road. I used to go to pick him up, but he never took me. But when I stepped in the Etihad, I was like, I'm getting a season ticket and I'm coming back every time. And I did that. And that was like, 16 years ago now? So
I never want to imagine that again, though. Yan as a Liverpool fan, that's scary.
No, it is. She just picked the second one thing, though. You know what I'm saying? She could have picked Liverpool. They're the two worst options, in it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, whichever. Told you,
in
just,
my house, you can't support Man United, man. It's just
because
it
you're
wouldn't
just
happen.
wrongins.
Like,
That's why, man. The wrongins in it. And Yan City, my peoples as well, people. Like, you get me? Minus her supporting City. Like, everything else is calm in it. But that, I'm just like, all right.
Even considered
Go on.
supporting City, but I said, no, you don't need to do that. You stick with your United. You know, he said, get me a shirt, I'll support City. I said, nah. So you go Man United. We're not taking extra fans in, and it is what it is.
Sure. Whatever you say. Right, we got a couple questions about the schedule with Yan City over there trying to lie. Conrad, he wants to know if you're doing Yardham City tomorrow, but I swear you're busy. You're busy moving around tomorrow, innit?
I'm gonna drive back to London.
Yeah, you're going back to London, isn't it? So you know what? We'll make sure you get Yardham City at some point during next week. Whether it's the Monday, the Tuesday, you'll get it at some point. You'll get a Yardham City before the year's out.
Yeah, you'll get one.
You'll get a Yardham City beforehand, definitely. There'll be a Yardham City show in it. Yan City will make it happen in it.
Supposed to be today, but Flawless flopped me in it.
No, don't lie. No, I didn't flop you. You know what I'm saying? It was supposed to. It was my idea. Do you want to do a watch along in it? And then you was like, oh, maybe, blah, blah, blah. And then I got to the end of this Arsenal Chelsea and I was like, you know what? I'm tired. You do the watch along. He was like, no, I don't want to do it without you in it. Yan City don't like being on there without me in it. She misses me too much. That's what it is, in it. Look at all them teeth she's showing. Is there shows in Sarcasm City tomorrow? Says someone asked that question. Yes, there is. So tomorrow we got the Sarcasm City podcast. It's Sunday. So the Sarcasm City podcast is back live 7 p.m. Obviously, that's a non-footballing podcast. We'll be talking current affairs. We'll be talking my brother Tox. Obviously, he just got engaged, so we'll be celebrating that and other wild shit in it. There's other stuff I need to get off my chest as well in it because it's been a great year. So there's other stuff I need to get off my chest. So make sure you look into that. And then there'll be another Q&A because it's Sunday, back at the regular time of 8:30. You know what I'm saying? It won't be this long because we've been going almost 2 hours. So we'll be back. Yan City, if she's back in London at that time, we'll be back. I'll try and get the full cast in it. That's what I'm going to try and do. And Ollie out, when you connect your device, let me know because there's someone who's here. Hashtag Ollie out. And I'm going to put the StreamYard link back out. But yes, there's shows tomorrow. There's 2 shows tomorrow. There you go. Anything else you want to get off your chest, Charlie?
Well, I actually asked a question that I'm assuming Yen has probably answered this at least 50 times.
Mm-hmm.
But who's like your ideal successor for Aguero?
Do you know what? It's interesting because like I like Haaland. Like I think that he is right now the person that could come in and take over from Aguero, like come in and score us ridiculous amounts of goals. I'm not too sure that I know we've been linked with him, but I'm not too sure that he would be Pep's favourite. I'm not too sure because something tells me like Joe Felix would be someone that like he would like more, but I don't really know. And there's that Argentinian guy, I always forget his name, from Inter.
Oh shit,
Lautaro Martinez.
Yeah, Martinez, whatever.
See that? Both of them are more
go
similar to Aguero than Haaland is, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was going to go with the English name.
I think João Felix is a downgrade. Haaland, I'll be honest with you. I think Haaland's way better than him.
Wait, what?
I think when it comes to being clinical and technicality, I think Haaland's better personally than Felix. I feel like they're both. I think obviously the facts are they'll both be something one day. They'll both be big names, bigger names than they are right now, right? Because they're both seen as these wonder kids. But in the future, they will be seen as in my opinion, I think they'll definitely be, not to the same quality, not to the same sheer quality or tier. They'll definitely be seen as 2 of the most highlighted players, even seen as like 2 of the best players in the world to the next generation, right?
For sure.
Like for me, it was obviously Ronaldo and Messi. I think in the future for the future generation, it would definitely be Mbappe and Haaland, and Felix will definitely be Felix for me. It would definitely be like someone like the Neymar of the future, as in he'll always be like the tier 3 player underneath Haaland and Mbappe, just like Neymar was to Ronaldo and Messi. But for me, I think Felix, he's a good player. I think he could step in and do a job for you lot. but I just can't see him being the main man. I definitely see Haaland being the main man for City, if I'm going to be honest with you, Jan.
Yeah, I just think he would, like, I wouldn't worry about him. Obviously, it might take him a little while to settle because we don't know. He's not guaranteed to walk in and start scoring ridiculous amounts of goals. Obviously, Aguero did. Aguero scored, I think, 2 goals on his debut against Swansea.
Yeah.
So he was a madman from the day he came. Do you know what I mean? And he won the league in his first season. Like, he was unreal, and he has been unreal for us. So it's going to be hard to replace him. I think Haaland, for me, like, I don't feel like he will be Pep's number 1 choice. Like, I don't know. There's just something about it which makes me think. And I think, like, Pep would probably pick Felix just because of the way he is. But then, I don't know. I think Pep improves players as well.
It's
So
a win-win though, Dan. It's a
in.
win-win though. Bring Haaland.
Huh?
You have sheer quality. It's a win-win. You have sheer quality in the player, and then you get to enjoy awkward interviews after the game.
Sorry to cut you off. Big on my guy, carefully, Lewis. Obviously, he's a Chelsea fan. That man got slumped. Lewis, the line is open if you're here. We are here to be therapy. Well, maybe Yancy and Adi. I'm here to laugh. Jump on in it. I'll send you the link if you want to jump on. Feel free. I know you're probably drowning your sorrows in some rum or some Henny or something in it. So let me know in it. He said football is shit, you know. Anyone watching Friday Night SmackDown, big up Roman Reigns, because Lewis is a fantastic troll. I say this. He's the best non-United troll on these social media streaks, but he has been getting it. You get me? If you go to the timeline, he has been getting, and rightfully so. This is how it works, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? You have to take the good with the good, and you have to take the trolling with the trolling. You get what I'm saying? And that. So shout out to Lewis because he sticks his neck out in it. I feel for you. You feel how I felt after we lost against Arsenal. Go and watch the recaps and match reaction. I was devastated. Say that again, fam.
Yeah, no, nothing.
What was that? Go on, say it with your chest, fam, innit? You know what I'm saying?
It deserves to be. Yeah, I'm glad it hurt. That's what Odi Hours deserve, isn't it?
So
what you blamed him after that game?
You deserve, okay. I agree. You deserve that.
Okay, so was you not upset about the result either?
Well, of course, I was upset, but I'm sure that you lot were. I'm sure all your Oli Outers were blaming him for that loss.
I blamed everyone. I thought it was 50-50. I blamed the manager and I blamed the team. It was a complete
I blame the team. 100%.
It was a shit show of a performance, but he should have went for it more. Why are you putting up such a defensive lineup? That lineup was kind of defensive.
Fair enough. Well, it was 2 teams. It was 2 teams playing part of the bus football, and all these Arsenal fans hiding now, saying talking all this crap. I know Marley has to hear it every day when I say this, but they were disrespecting. They disrespected our 3 midfielders. They said Bruno's not world class. He's not good enough for United. Then they said Partey's better than Pogba, and then they said Elneny's better than Fred. It's great. So I've never heard so much nonsense in my life, and I get behind my team as well. So I know we played like crap, but there's no way you're slandering our players after 1 win. How many losses have they had after that?
I hear what you're saying.
Exactly.
I have every other 2 days I have nightmares with ads saying "El Nenny's better than Fred." El Nenny's better than Fred. I think it's ludicrous for one person to think that, sure, but that one person kept that on your mouth for way too long, bro.
Yeah, man. I just run his agendas. That's why in it. So when someone says he's like, no,
Plus, like, I know there's some deluded Arsenal fans, but they're fans like me who know the shit that we're in. The fact that my team's doing poorly doesn't mean that I can't have opinions about other clubs. For example, I think like throughout his career, Partey showed a lot more consistency than Pogba. So I don't think it's crazy to say that. It's a good comparison. And I think Bruno Fernandes is an amazing player. He just gave you a new look. Like that was like a makeup session, just buying the Portuguese.
It's not that though, Molly. It's that they were. Listen, if someone says to me, "Yo, ads, I think Partey's better than Fred." Partey's better than Pogba. I understand why they would say that. But when they come out and say, just because they beat us 1-0 and that the battle was realistic in the midfield, and they come out and say, "Yeah, Partey's way better than Pogba," I'm gonna detest against that because there's no way a player is way better than someone.
Here's the thing: the reason why I'm cutting you off there, ads, because Partey shouldn't even be getting compared to Pogba, and not because I don't rate Thomas Partey, because I wanted Partey in the summer. I think his quality as a DM. They're two different. They're 2 different midfielders. You know what I mean? Pogba's an attacking midfielder or a deep line playmaker. Partey is a destructive defensive midfielder. This is why they shouldn't be compared. But because of where we play Pogba, and people, not you, not any of yous, but because people have agendas against Pogba, they will compare him to holding midfielders. This is why you see Pogba Kante get compared, and I'm like, these men are two different players. You shouldn't compare attacking. You would never ever see De Bruyne being compared to Partey. You would never see him being compared to Kante. You would never see him being compared to Declan Rice.
All I can say is the only time I would compare midfielders who play in different positions is when it comes to how much they bring to a team. I think that's the only fair call that someone can have when they compare midfielders who don't play in the same position. That's the only time.
I get what you're saying to an extent, but you're looking for different things. Like, I'm not expecting Pogba to be as have a defensive effect on the team like a Thomas Partey. But I'm not expecting Thomas Partey to have an attacking influence on the team like a Pogba. This is why we shouldn't compare players who play. It only happens to Pogba, though. Like I stated, De Bruyne will never get compared to a defensive midfielder in his career by anyone. We call him the Ginger Mark Albrighton. Mark Albrighton's an attacking midfielder. You get what I'm saying? You get me? We're not calling him the Ginger Mark Noble. You get what I'm saying? Like, we're not calling him the Ginger Declan Rice. No, we're calling him the Ginger Mark Albrighton. At least even
that's what it is.
Even right, let me finish. Yeah, even though he's being slandered and we're joking around, he's still being compared to an attacking midfielder. Even when we call Werner, the what's it called, the German Shane Long, at least he's being compared to another striker. You get what I'm saying?
All I'm saying is flawless. All I'm saying is, Declan Rice is overrated. I don't know why anyone rates him. I don't get the Declan Rice hype either. I don't understand it. I'm lost. I don't get it. That's another thing, right? If what's it called? If that ball, when they when we versed West Ham, right? When that ball got dashed at Pogba, would people on social media be going off as much if it was someone like McTominay or Bruno? I'm sure they wouldn't be.
I hear you. I hear you. You're not lying, but we know we have agendas. Or like I said, to everyone who, if you're adding in, Yan City, why are you bossing up and that stuff? I was gonna say something. I could just see you bossing. No, he's not. Ryan, chill out for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Don't come with truth and facts. You get me? It's all about the slander in it. Nobody cares about the lie when the truth is more no one cares about the truth when the lie is more entertaining. You get what I'm saying?
I agree with that comment.
He's got a point still. He's got a point. Yeah,
Werner's worse than
Shane Long. Well, that's the whole point. At least we're comparing Werner to another striker. You get what I'm saying? We call what's his face the fake Jesus, not Charlie, the fake Jesus that plays for City, the Copacabana Kevin Phillips. We compare him to Kevin Phillips. You get what I'm saying?
I don't think he's actually is.
You know what I'm saying?
The thing with Gabriel Jesus, he doesn't play like he's a Brazilian. I'm not even trying to say it. I'm not even trying to get the piss there. He just doesn't have. In my opinion, with what I've seen of him, he's a good player. Don't get me wrong. He just hasn't got that hunger in front of goal, and most Brazilians do. And that's a sheer quality that they share. It's like they're magicians on the field. Most Brazilians when they play. And I'm not gonna. Charlie. I'm not gonna say. Oh, Harris is here. Oli out.
Come on.
Wait.
Listen.
I
just want to say in it. KDB is a ginger Mark Albrighton, bro. Let's push that agenda out there, bro. Pushing that agenda out there, bro. You get me? For all them people that don't know, bro. Where was he? I didn't watch the game, and I ain't gonna check shit.
I love the slander, but what you gotta say in it before you'll be the last caller now. We're gonna get Glazers out on after you, so we're gonna have you, then the Glazers out back, and then that's it. So go on, what you wanna say? Harris? Let me know.
What about though, bro? What's the topic at hand, fam? I thought it was about KDB.
Nah, we were just here. We just opened up the phone lines, but we did it a bit different with the calling in it, and just had people call in and say, "Let us know your thoughts on the game."
Clear, Bruno.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
he's really not. He's not clear. But go on. What's your thoughts on the game? Let me know,
bro. Listen, fam. I gotta ask you this. Do you think we're becoming bottlers? Because it's concerning me now, bro. We bottled the lead twice, bro. Twice.
Come on, Harris. Come on.
Right, let me respond to that. No, I don't think we are bottlers because we just have a manager who isn't good enough. So I can't say we're bottlers.
I respect
quality's not there. So if we had a manager who I believe was good enough and we was doing these type of things, then I believe it would be an issue. Like people will say, for instance, City in the Champions League, they're bottling it because they have a manager and players who are capable of winning it.
100%.
So that's a more fair comparison. That's a more fair argument. But with this is Ollie in it. Like
I think you're a good fan, if I'm being honest.
once he gets sacked, he's not getting a job in the Premier League again.
Hey, Flawless, you're throwing a party if you get sacked, yeah? Live stream all of
Nah, I won't do that. Because he's a legend of a player.
I hear that.
wouldn't do
I'm joking, bro.
I
He's a
couldn't
good
do
manager. He's a good manager.
He's a good manager for his standards. Yes, 100% in it.
He's a good manager, but that does not mean that we bought all the because we drew today. It's not 2 points drop. Yeah, it's not 2 points drop.
It was 2 points drop.
It's
a
2
draw.
points dropped.
All right,
Should've
okay,
won that
fine. Okay, listen. Okay, fine, fair enough. It is okay. Yeah, I was looking at the board earlier. It is 2 points drop, but for me, I understand people who are happy with a draw. I understand, but for me,
you know the man's that are happy
I was
with a
not.
draw,
I was not
bro.
happy.
You need to
I wasn't.
win.
I wasn't
You need to
happy.
win,
Listen,
bro.
1 second, Harris. I wasn't happy with a draw today. I wasn't happy with the draw today, with the manner in how it was done. But if it's a draw against a team that's actually decent, then I don't mind. But the manner and how it was done was poor. So that's why I'm not happy with the draw. That was the players' faults today. If you blame Ollie, you didn't watch the game, bro. Simple as he didn't watch the game.
No. Hey, I gotta ask you a question though. Yeah, why do we always concede similar type of goals? That low cross always comes in. Man, they done it to us in Sevilla. The low cross that went in, concede from corners. We're consistently conceding from the same type of goals. And they haven't worked on that.
Harris, 1 sec. Yo, Abdi, the link is. I've just put the link in the YouTube chat, so click on that in it. The link.
Can I gotta go, guys. So I just want to say my goodbyes. Thanks for having me, guys, and talk to you guys soon.
Respect. Big up, fam. Big up.
Yeah, go on, Harry. Say what you're saying.
No, I'm saying, we concede. Yeah, I see it so many times. You know these little low cross, like there's some low cross into the box. Yeah, bruv. None of all our defenders look clueless when it happens, bruv. In Leipzig as well, bruv. They always do the same type of goal, and even corners.
You're making a valid point.
I disagree.
He's making it. No, with the low cross thing, he's making a point still. When I think about a lot of the goals we concede, that's not even an argument. We've conceded a lot of goals from low cross.
No, that is facts. We have conceded
corners.
To say all of our defenders are clueless, I disagree with that. I think most of the time it's mainly our centre backs that let us down. Today, the first goal, you should be stopping that, right? But you can't rely on Bailey to just jump in front of the ball and be the only player to take him on, because Lindelof was literally there doing fuck all. He was just sitting there on the right, not even trying to go in for anything, not even trying to block the ball. But I don't care if you think you can't get there. I don't care if you think you can't get there. You try your hardest to try to stop it. And Lindelof didn't do that today, and Bailey did. And unfortunately, we conceded. The actual own goal, right? Listen, I'll break it down as simple as, right? That is unlucky. He didn't intentionally mean to hit the ball. The ball literally hit on his foot, and he accidentally let it into our own goal, right? But for that is embarrassing. That is embarrassing. I have to take it, and it was embarrassing, yeah. But we're just lucky that they didn't absolutely bury a kid on social media like they always do. Like when they did with Chong, especially when we played all the youth. Remember when we lost 2-1 to Sevilla in the Europa League when we played all the youth? Yeah, under Mourinho. Yeah, they absolutely buried Chong and Greenwood, and we don't want that again. And luckily, it didn't happen today. And I'll tell you this now, yeah. You can't blame. Listen, right? You can't blame Ollie for today. You cannot blame Ollie for today.
Yeah,
right?
You got that.
But flawless.
1 sec, I'm just adding someone to it, so we're gonna get to Glazers out and then close this out because we've been on for 2 hours and 10 minutes. And me and Jan City said this before. We're like, it's not gonna be a long live stream, and she said, "You say that now, what?" And here we are, 2 hours in. Definitely, fam. I'm tired, fam. I'm old, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm old. Yes, Glazers out. What you telling me? You're back on. What you telling me? Go on. Last comment on.
Point. When's the last time Man U, when we're not Moments FC, when we're not Lucky FC, when we dominate a game, it kicks off. We dominate, 90th minute, we've dominated. We pam them 3-0. They're looking like mugs. That never happens.
Yes, because of the lack of consistency. It's a lack of consistency up front, mate. It's a lack of
consistency. But why is there a lack of consistency? Why is there a lack of consistency?
Let me evaluate my point. 1 second. Yeah. There's no point in asking me. Because I asked exactly the same question as you do. The thing is, when it comes to it, people are happy with a draw. I've done 3 watch-alongs on Manchester United in the past few weeks, right? And it's always been edged outcomes. I don't care. I don't give a fuck if we're 2-0 down in the first half and we get back with 3 goals in the second half. That's not good enough. That's not good enough, bro. Yeah, and everyone's saying to me, "Oh, be positive, be positive." When we were drawing RBL, when we were losing to RBL, 3-0 down, yeah, we hit 1 goal back, then we hit 2 back, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's magic." Bullshit. Listen, I ain't on that. All right, I'm a realist. I'm a realist for a reason. Yeah, I talk the facts. I say it how it is. No one should be relying on a comeback in a Champions League group stage against RBL, a bunch of farmers that we beat 5-0 before. No one should be relying on that. If you relied on that, you're stupid. I'll tell you that now, you're stupid if you relied on that. And I'm not saying just you. I'm talking to everyone who said, yeah, but yeah, you know what? Maybe we should sit back this game. That's one bunch of fools that shouldn't be highlighted at all on social media. Then you have the second bunch who are saying, yeah, you know what? We can sit back. We can give them chances they can score, but we can still hit back 3 goals in the second half. That's not good enough. What I want is for us to go in first half, score 2 goals, balance it out. They have nothing. Whether or not they score one or not, whether or not they score no goals or one in the first half, and we're sitting with 2, that's fine. We hit straight back before the 70th minute with a 3rd goal, right? And we haven't done that for ages. And against Leeds, we did that. And the reason why we did that is the system that was played worked. And the thing is, the players were clinical, and it's just a patch where they're not going to be clinical in certain games. And that's not to do with the manager. That's to do with the consistency of the players upfield.
This is why I was saying. Sorry, this is why I was saying that.
Let go.
Like I was bantering a little bit, but I do think it's almost like you are overachieving, because when I watch Man United, some of them games you don't look great in. Do you know what I mean? And then you'll just come back and win like 3-2, and it's 3 points, so it kind of gets pushed under the carpet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas if that other team are more clinical, you lose in that game. Do you know what I mean? Because if they go 3-0 up, it's harder to come back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we're letting slip, yeah. We're letting slip.
Yeah. So I think
Robbery FC.
saying it, the overachieving thing. I'm not saying it like as in, but like where you are in the league is quite good considering how you've played all season, if you know what I mean. That's
Yeah,
what
I hear you, yeah. I hear you, yeah. But like I said, yeah, we can win a game. It just all I care about is like everyone says, oh, I care about the 3 points. I care about the 3 points. Listen, first of all, I'm not listening to 40-year-olds. I'm not listening to 12-year-olds either. If you say that, yeah. Listen.
Why are you always sending
what I
for
care
12-year-olds,
about
man? What's
in
wrong
the
with you,
manner.
man?
One second, listen to me, yeah. Like you said the other day. Sorry, like you said the other week when we're doing them City and Manchester United crossover, yeah. When I was here, you said all that matters are 3 points. For me, that's not the case. What matters is the manner and how it was done, and the 3 points. Those 2 factors. If you win a game in a poor manner, how can you be happy? Doesn't make sense.
Were you happy with Brighton?
Fuck no. Why would I be happy with that result?
Bro, I wasn't happy with that, fam. 3, bro, that was
Why would I
a
be happy
shit
with that
game,
result?
fam.
And guess what? I wasn't happy with the Southampton game either. And people say, oh, be positive, it's 3 points. No, bullshit. I don't care. I don't care. Honestly, I honestly don't. If a 30-year-old from PSG comes and we have to rely on him to get a comeback in the second half, it doesn't matter who it is. It's still embarrassing. We shouldn't be 3-0. Sorry, we shouldn't be 2-0 down to Southampton anyway.
But would you say none of that's the manager's fault, though?
How is it? How is it when we had clear-cut chances and we didn't take them? How?
Okay, here's the thing with that. Wait one second. Let me butt in here. What's the butt in here? Not so much on that game. We talk about consistency. Manchester United, even you admit, have lacked consistency for over 2 years under this manager. So therefore, when does the manager become responsible and when is he held accountable for the team being inconsistent? Is it 3 years? Is it 4 years? Is it 5 years? Is it 10 years? When is the manager held accountable for his team not being consistent? That's all I want to know.
Everyone blames him, but no one blames the
I'm not saying
players.
blame him. Answer the question. You know what I'm saying? If the team has been consistent for 2 years under this manager, you're saying that's okay. I'm asking you, how long do we give him? If it goes 3, 4, 5 years, when is the manager held accountable for the team being inconsistent? That's what I'm asking you. How long are you giving him? Or are you just giving him infinite? Has he got infinite time?
I would give him. You know what? Yeah, if we carry on like this, if we carry on how we were before this patch that we're going on right now, I would sack him. I would sack him next year.
When was that? I missed the start of that. When was that?
Listen, the patch of form that we have right now, the game before Leeds wasn't an edge outcome. The game against West Ham was not an edge outcome either, right? And the Leeds game was clearly not either. Today was poor. If this form carries on like it was before these good games that we've been playing, I would sack him next season. But that's not going to change anything because what fucking manager is going to benefit the situation we're in? No one.
I think.
Yeah.
No one.
I think managers. I think a manager could benefit in this situation. We've seen the two managers
100%.
before him. We've seen the two managers before him.
No.
Even though I don't rate. No, we've seen the two managers before him win trophies. Yes, it wasn't good. It didn't ended any long-term success. But you can succeed here. Can you succeed? Can you wait one second? Let me go. Can you succeed here over a long period of time? Absolutely not. But can you succeed here short term? Yes, you're financially backed. You have talented players. Therefore, you can succeed here. Ollie's not getting everything on that.
I'm not relying on short term, all that crap. Listen,
it's not relying. No. Wait, don't get me what I'm saying. Hold on. Wait, let me go. Let me go because I let you go. Let me go. Wait, let me go because I let you go in it. So let me go on that. I'm not saying rely on sustained success. Them words never left my mouth. We know Manchester United are not built for long-term success. You know it. I know it. Every Manchester United fan knows it. So what is the next best thing to long-term success? Is short-term success. That's what I'm saying. We know Woodward and the Glazers and everything are not the best possible people, are not the best in charge. We know this. So we are not going to win anything long term. We're not going to win 5 Premier Leagues in 7 years. It's not going to happen with these people in charge.
100%.
But that being said, we could win 1 Premier League in 2-3 years. We could win 1 Premier League.
I'd take that, bro.
Doesn't matter about who is backing who or anything like that. We had a world-class manager. We had a world-class manager in our grass. And he had
Did you see the squad he had?
He's also a good manager. It does not matter what squad you have. Listen,
yes,
you bring in your players. One second. Listen, you bring in your players. You bring in your own string of players. It does not matter if the team downgrade or upgrade, whatever manager you get. Ollie's team has upgraded from Jose's. Has it not? Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and we should excel.
Okay, one second. I understand this though. The manager has downgraded, but the squad has upgraded. That's telling you something. That tells you the only method that we can use is to keep switching a manager every 3 years max. So let's not get over. Listen, understand that Jose Mourinho is a world-class manager, and he didn't even to the full extent that he was brought in for. He did not. So
I disagree. I don't think he's a world-class manager, but that's a whole other thing.
That just tells you.
That's a bit controversial. Still,
one second, Harris. 1 second. That just told you that nothing will get better at United.
Okay, so what's your solution? Okay, what's your solution? Stick with this manager who's clearly not good enough.
There's no point.
So what's the solution?
World-class manager. Okay, if he's not world-class, it doesn't matter.
I'm asking you a question. I'm saying, what's the solution then?
I don't know, man. There's no solution. We're gonna be like this every fucking year. Every year.
This is what I'm saying, man.
No, it's facts, Flawless.
I'm trying to make it better, innit?
It doesn't matter, Flawless, if you think Jose's world class or not. It doesn't matter if you think he's world class or not. He's better than Ollie, and that, by a lot. And if he's out of the standards of Pep and Klopp as well as managers as well, I think he's a pretty good manager. Yeah, it doesn't matter if he's world class or not in anyone's opinion. He's a great manager and he's better than Ollie. He is.
I think most managers
we had him in our grass. And he didn't live up to the full extent. That just tells you that whatever manager you bring in, it's not going to work. So why sack a manager?
Last point on the Glazers, and then we're gonna close out the show on that.
All right. So Mourinho, the summer before he got sacked, he wanted to get rid of Martial and Pogba, and bring in a centre back and rebuild the team. That Woodward wouldn't allow him to do it. This is the problem. I could see, let's say, if we get in the leg where we might win 1 title in 7 years. But you never see a successful business with a fucking idiot running it, do you? A fucking clown.
Yeah, no, come on.
You know what?
I think Glazers out.
Yeah, I think I'm Glazers out, Woodward out. I think that's the best way to end it. Salute to everybody who's locked in. We did reach 50 likes. I'll let you finish in a sec, ads in it. I was going to say, I'd hear you on. Let's see. Well, go on. Oh, is that you? All right, go on. Get your last point off and go on, because you have been trying to come on. It works now. Go on. Say what you're saying, my G, before we close out the show. What's going on?
Yo,
talk
Flawless.
Mr. Ollie out. What's good?
Yo, man. Is Ollie good enough to win us the Premier League?
No.
So why is he here?
Yo, because we have idiots in charge of the club. That's why.
Make a wish in it. Make a wish foundation, bro. Ollie got a dream job.
Hold on.
Man takes the midfield out of house.
You just 1 second, Flawless. You just say that you're not going to win in the league because we have idiots in charge. So it's not Ollie's fault that we don't win the league.
See that you don't listen. No, what he
Ole
asked
is
me
a
was
fucking bum,
what he asked me was he said, "Can we win the league with Ollie in charge?" And I said no. Then he said, "Why is Ollie in charge?" And I said, "It's because we have idiots in charge."
Oh, okay,
That's what I said.
sick.
Yeah, look at you in it. You ain't ever gonna. I'm too consistent, man. You ain't gonna
Love,
catch me out. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna catch me out, little bro,
Can I
man.
pull you
No,
up,
no,
in fact, I was talking
no,
about
Ain't
no,
gonna
no,
catch
no,
him
India,
no.
which
slipping,
I want to go
bro.
back to actually. Listen to me. I'll say this right now. I care about my football club. I back my
I
football
agree.
club. Yeah, and we
I
all
know
know
you
this.
do.
I back my football club.
I
I'm a
know you
young
do.
fan, and this is why I joined this community in the first place. I decided, yo, let me set up my phone, let me set up my laptop, just bring it to people who just talk nonsense. The thing is, it's nonsense if people think sacking a manager is going to change anything. It won't. And the only thing that the only change that's going to happen is a system change, a rearrangement in some players, what happens to them, what formations you use, and what players you bring in, and what players you sell. That's the only change that's going to happen. Yes, it can lift us. It can lift us for a while, but it's going to have to be a short-term deal with every manager we bring in. Like I
Oh yeah,
Flawless.
definitely.
Can I make one last
Exactly,
point?
innit?
Yeah, right. Go on. Glazers out. You go. Then we'll let Abdi go, and then we're gonna dip. Go on, Glazers out.
Right, see, we've got 5 Man U fans here. Yeah, we all hate the Glazers because they're tossers. Really, we all hate them. And why is nothing changing?
Young's an undercover United fan.
Why is nothing changing? Why? That's every time we tweet Ollie out. Ads is right. We just feed their story because it's 2 years their second manager. I don't think Ollie's good enough, but we have no power as fans anymore. It's sad to say we can't get change.
Here's the thing. No, Glazers out. We do before like Devante. I'm gonna add you on as well in it, but let me just get through this. We do have power. The issue that we have as United fans is we're not unified on everything. If we turned around and said right, and universally said this across the world, you get what I'm saying, and turned around and said we're not buying no more merch, we're not going to games, we're boycotting the club, we would then the Glazers and them they would make change, but we won't do that because we don't have a leader power. There isn't one person. There isn't one leader that all Manchester United fans listen to. We don't have that leader. We need a leader.
We need Goldbridge.
Whoever that is. Who? You guys need Goldbridge, you know. You're a joker. We don't have that leader.
The thing is, because there's so many like top Reds who are just against it and think they should back the Glazers. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, this is even if you one sec, Mr. Playboy.
If you're Ole in your Glazers,
come on, G.
Here's the thing. If what was I going to say? Like Liverpool, when they raised a few seasons ago, they raised their season ticket prices. What did the Liverpool fans do? Boycott games. So then they lowered the season ticket prices. Like we need to be unified. You get what I'm saying? But the fact is, we have too many fans. We don't have a leader. There's too many different agendas. Everyone has different opinions. I'm all for it. You get what I'm saying? If someone comes to me and is like, right, we getting the Glazers and Woodward out of the club, I am with it. Hit me with the idea. I'm there. I'm happy to boycott the club. I have no issue with that. The problem is that not everybody's on it. That's the problem.
But Flawless, let me ask you this though, bro.
Go on,
you know
G.
what? Yeah, man say, "Oh, sacking a ball, removing a board." Yeah, it's like it's not easy, bro. You see, we can all say Glazers out, bro. It's like me, yeah. Imagine, yeah, like everyone likes your other shows, but obviously Sarcasm City, like it's your channel, in it, yeah. Certain people, some people could be like, I want Flawless off the channel. I don't want him on the channel. You get me? Yeah? Everyone's saying Flawless out. It's your channel, bro. You're not gonna get yourself out. I you fan, bro. Do you really think they're listening to us? These man get peas, bro. They get peas, bro. It's not easy.
We have to stop them getting their money.
One sec. Not only is that a great analogy, the reason why Yan City's smiling, she's been waiting to get me out of here and that. That's why she's smiling.
She's like, the time's come from. The time has come.
She's waiting to kick me off. But the analogy that you just made there is absolutely spot on. But like I said, we have to be unified as a whole fan base. And the problem is we're not.
I'm glad you guys can't get Ollie out.
We're not. And Ollie's gone, mate. Soon.
No.
Who said that? All right, but before we go, yo, Glazers out, Mr. Playboy Carti. I'm going to remove you, man, both from the show because someone else wants to jump on. But salute to you both for jumping on. We will do this again, man. Every time, man. Yo, big up to you, man, yeah? Big up. Yes.
Flawless. It's magic, you know.
Stop, don't do that, man.
Don't do stop everything. It's magic, you know.
Stop, man.
Pochettino.
I'm devastated. I can't sing his name no more, man.
I'm much broken, man.
I'm devastated, man.
I'm much broken, man.
Yeah.
That
Go on, Jan. Go on, Jan.
And Glazers in. I think they're doing a wonderful job. And I hope they stay.
Jan City, get ready for an Ole Boto job semi-final. It's going to mess up everything.
I know. You're still gonna have the Glazers in anyway.
All I'm
That's
saying is,
cool.
if you're
Do you know
Ollie
what?
out,
To be fair, Ole
Pochettino,
needs a trophy. That's the easiest chance he's gonna get.
Pochettino is saving everything.
Huh?
Pochettino is saving everything.
Who?
He's solving everything.
He said he's solving everything, I think he said. But yeah, man, like, yeah, that Poch thing, I'm still not over it, innit? Like,
Well,
that
no,
was the
flawless,
one,
Flawless,
innit?
man, bro, come on.
I said this to you now,
Yeah,
my
man.
bro. Listen,
Hey,
yeah,
Flawless.
this is a situation where I'm the big bro and you're the little one. Yeah, listen.
Go on,
Right?
go on, big bro. Sorry.
When you are Ollie out, you are Glazers in because you're
Okay.
literally giving them what they want. Their fuel
All right.
engine is to get a new manager every year so they can take control and prove that they're going to stay there and still put up your boots. That's the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm Ollie out
Flawless.
because I'm getting too many points now. I was Ollie in, and then he started getting too many points. Now I'm Ollie out, Glazers in. That's me.
Flawless. Today
You're
Ole gets
each
sacked.
man.
I'm gonna have a party.
Yeah, man. Enjoy, man.
Oh,
Enjoy.
big
Yeah,
party,
man.
man.
But did you say if Ollie gets sacked, we'll have a party?
Yeah, yeah.
Fam, listen, bro, that party is going to be pending.
He's not a legend. Ole is not a legend. He's a hero.
Ollie isn't. Whoa, wait, what? Ollie's
He's
not
a
a legend.
Norwegian
Let's not-
bum.
Flawless.
Yeah, let's not get into that. I disagree with that, but I understand the thing what Ollie's doing with his managerial career. Let me just kill this dead. What he's doing with his managerial career is tarnishing his playing legacy. To me personally, he's solidified as a Manchester United player, and what he did outside of the Bayern Munich goal, he was a part of one of the most successful periods of the club. So as a player, he's solidified. But what he's doing is tarnishing his legacy. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like when you see an old boxer come back. And it's like, why are you still boxing? It's kind of like that.
Okay, so would you rather have like Dwight York or fucking Andy Cole as our managers then, yeah?
No, I want some. No, the person I want as in part of the job, the person I want who to be manager of Manchester United is the best person I think with the job with the best credentials. That's who I want.
That's Mauricio Pochettino.
I want
Poch with the Mr. R, bro.
Mauricio Pochettino.
Stop singing, man. Yo, you gassing me up, man. Stop. I'm still, you know what? I forgot about it until you keep bringing it up, and that, like, I feel like, yo, that was the one in it. Like, that was the one I wanted. I'm devastated about this. It's like, yo, it's like you seeing a girl, everything's going well, and it's like that's the girl for you, and then like you go to propose to her and she dips or she's not there or some shit. That's how I feel in it. I feel like I just missed out, man. I'm devastated about it.
Flawless. Apparently, he's signing an 18-month contract.
Oh yeah, Ollie's contract, does it run out this summer or next summer?
No, Pochettino at PSG.
Okay.
Pochettino at PSG. He's signing an 18-month contract.
Yeah, I don't think
we can get him next year.
I agree.
Just like FIFA, contracts will keep being added on.
Who would pay the money? We can get him next year.
Yo, Flawless, shut this thing out, man. I want to go to bed.
Is it? Oh, sorry. Wait, one second. Yo, go on, Jan.
Who's Pandemic Pep? Is that Arteta?
Pandemic Pep played kids over Chelsea Rejects.
Guardiola.
Yeah. Shout out
Guardiola.
Pandemic Pep.
Guardiola.
What I want to say is, yo, ads, I know you're young. I know it's late. I know it's getting past your bedtime. If you need to go, it's all right. The adults can stay up and clear the show out. It's all right, fam.
My bedtime is no time, family.
Okay,
Listen,
all right, sure, mate.
Hours.
All right, man. All right, big man. Sorry, big bro.
Listen, you're next door anyway. What
yeah, man. Don't beat up. I am, man. Don't beat me up. Yeah, go on. Talk to me.
If you're all in, you are deluded.
No,
you are deluded.
Right. You not getting into this.
Ole is a fucking bum. He's a fucking bum.
Right,
He's
yo,
a fucking
Abdi.
prick.
Yo, Abdi, I get it off your chest, but right, I'm gonna add Devante to the show. So, yo, Abdi, blessed for coming on. We're gonna open up the phone lines again. Go on, say your last.
Gonna get even Ireland.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, say your last piece.
He's a fucking bum.
I think Abdi said his piece in it. I hear you in it.
When I see Ole, I'm gonna punch him one day if I see him.
Yeah, don't put hands on him, man. He's a legend, man. He's an old man.
He's not a legend.
Don't do all that, Abdi.
Bum.
I hear you, but yo, respect, yeah.
Take care, Abdi.
Big up. Right, every time we go to end the stream and that, someone else freaking calls in and that. So we're here for the people's them in it. Yo, Devante, what you saying?
Yo,
you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you fine in it. Go on. What do you want to get off your chest? What you want to ask? And then we're gonna close out the show. You know what I'm saying? You lot keeping us here for this longer. That this was supposed to be a short stream, you know. But go on, Devante.
I don't know, just the game, Chelsea game.
Oh yeah, you a Chelsea fan, innit?
Yeah.
All right, go on. What's your thoughts on it? I can tell by the despair in your voice in it. You sound broken.
Remember yesterday I predicted 1-0, right? Because I already knew
Okay.
I already knew about this team, especially away from home. I think we've won 5 away games this entire year. And
Wow.
it was literally the same thing that happened against Everton and who did we play after that? Wolves. We played the exact same way, so I wasn't even surprised that just to lose in the way to Arsenal. And now you got them bringing back the take your time with it videos, doing it again
did
like
they
they've
bring
done
it
something.
back?
Yeah, they brought it back. After 8-7 defeats, they bring it back again.
It's sad.
Okay, let me ask you a question then, because you was very yesterday you was very like reserved. Like I was confident Chelsea were going to win, as if I was a Chelsea fan, but you were like, no, we haven't played well away from home. Are you Lampard out? Like, is this proper put a black mark on his record, or you still just look at it as a bad day at the office, you can bounce back type of thing?
Nah, it's not even a bad day at the office. It's I don't know, because I've had the same stance from the beginning. My thing was when Lampard came in, to me, that was an indication that we were planning to win things anytime soon. But I think what's happened is because we managed to do so well last season, we got into the top 4 when no one expected it. We've accelerated our own process. So now this season we spent 200 million now. So the expectation's really gone to the league. When, as I was saying at the start of the season, that contradicts with our transfer policy of buying loads of young players. Because we bought Havertz, who's 21. We bought Pulisic before, that's 22. We've got Mount, Abraham, James. We've got a lot. Chilwell we bought, he was like 24, I think. Bernard was 24 when we bought him. We're not buying the ready-made players in their prime that you need to go and win the league. So I'm like, you're saying you want to win the league by spending 200 million. That's what it indicates. But then you're buying loads of young players. So does that mean you don't want to win the league? I'm confused about the direction that we're really going in. So in terms of the manager, it's just that I just want. For me, I never thought the team could win the league anyway. But I just thought that we got better. We bought players to solve the issues we had last season. Yeah, it looks like we're playing the same way that we played last season. It's like the signings it's like we signed nobody really, apart from the keeper.
Wow. Okay.
Devante,
to me,
do you blame Mendy for today?
No.
Okay. Yeah, your fan base.
For which goal? The third one. No, I thought the third one was a fluke. It was a fluke.
Yeah, it was a fluke. He didn't mean that.
Of course it was.
I think he's talking about the free kick.
Is it
if you look at
the second one, yeah.
But if you look at their goals, come on, the first one they played better than us. They deserved to win, but they scored a penalty, a free kick, and then the third one was that fluky goal.
True.
So, but we did deserve to lose anyway. There's not an excuse, but come on, like, look at the goal, and it's not like we had chances as well. Not that we deserved anything from the game, but the Thiago Silva header, you have to score that. Jorginho has to score the penalty. But my main gripe is Timo Werner. I'm onto this guy.
All right, let's talk about Timo Morata. What's going on? Let's go.
You see, let me give an overview of everything.
Yeah, man, get off your chest. The floor is yours.
You see me, like, see our transfer window. I wasn't really gassed. I was like one of the only people that wasn't gassed about transfer window, and I feel like it was the Chelsea fan base. They overhype these players. That's my issue. So now when they're not performing, it's like everyone's pointing at us. But you said this player was the best. You said that guy was good. Like, we have to pick and choose who's actually the top quality. For example, for me, Ben Chilwell, he's just decent. Like, he's nothing special. But the way everyone was talking about him, like he's amazing, or like, it's not that. So we need to stop doing that. With Timo Werner, I didn't see it before. I just thought he's good. But people were acting like we signed Mbappe or Haaland. That's what I'm saying. You can just see Werner's a very good player. Don't get me wrong. He's very good, and he will eventually score goals. I don't doubt that. But he is not the top quality that we expect, that people were making out to seem like he was. So for me, when I'm watching him now, and he can't even dribble, do basic dribbling. I get that he's not a striker, but he can't dribble at all to save his life. you're damaging our build-up play, and we have to sacrifice Pulisic on the right wing because of him. So for me, you have to, if Lampard's not going to play you as a striker, you have to be on the bench. But I feel like because we spent money on him, he gets preferential treatment to someone like Hudson-Odoi, who can score in the Champions League against Rennes, and then he's not in the Premier League squad. I don't see the consistency there, but I think it's because we spent money on him. So Timo Werner, I don't know. People say he's been getting assists and all these things. I get productivity is important, but I mean, if you just watch the game, he's breaking down a lot of our attacks because he's not very good on the ball. That's just as simple as that. He might get an assist because he can use his pace once in a game or whatever, but his overall game, sorry, it's frustrating.
I hear you. You make it. I'm just letting you get it off your chest and that. You know what I'm saying? You made valid points in terms of, obviously, you as a Chelsea fan, you're watching Chelsea week in, week out. You're gonna notice things that we don't. So when you're saying things like you're not signing players you're signing good players, because I think you've had a great transfer window still, and I believe Lampard could get more out of his team, even though he's still in a good position in the league regardless. Adding the fact, you make perfect sense when you say you're not signing players to win the league. You're not signing ready-made players. You're signing younger players. Obviously, Werner got to adapt. Havertz got to adapt. You got Ziyech in. Thiago Silva's been a great signing. Chilwell, even though I agree with you, I don't think he's a top left back. He's better than what you had. The goalkeeper seems to be an improvement on Kepa too. Well, he's definitely an improvement on Kepa. But yeah, man, it's interesting and that. Hey, you lot relax in the comments, man. Relax. We're all United fans and that. How can I do a show week in, week out, with it next to a City fan who can be a proper prick at times and we still cool, but you lot have to start getting personal and that. If I can deal with City and Liverpool fans all the time, look at smiling over there, you know what I'm saying?
Love that you have for me there. That's the thing.
Where did you get this? Oh, whatever, man. Innit? You know what I'm saying? Look at you in it. Look how chuffed you are. Yeah,
Am I wrong?
Yes, you are 1,000% wrong. Go on. What are you saying, Ads? You definitely wrong. Go on,
I
Ads.
remember that.
Yeah, you remember that. Write it down.
Dealing with Liverpool fans, bro. Honestly, like the attention draws away from because they have their own little feud in it, bro. I just say, like, you don't deserve to be in the discussion with them too.
Say that again. You're breaking up, Ads. You sound you breaking
You
up.
don't hear me now.
Yeah. Go on, say that again.
You know, man. Yeah, no, sorry. What was I gonna say? No, I forgot what I was gonna say, man. Carry on.
Something about people interrupting, having their own arguments or some ish. That's what I heard in it. That's all I could catch. Has he gone? Never mind. All right, that's cool. Yo, Devante, anything you want to add before we close out the show? Is that everything? Yo, you sound depressed, fam. You sound depressed.
Nah, you don't understand. You don't understand. It's just Arsenal, man. And it was convincing. It was convincing as well. It's like,
yo, I trust me. I understand because when we lost to them, I sounded like you. So I understand in it. If you go back and watch the match reactions, I was devastated after that defeat. I wasn't myself. I wasn't cracking jokes. Like I was legit down in the dumps. You know what I'm saying? I've never been. That's the most, probably minus the Leipzig game, been the most irritated or disappointed I've been. And I don't let Manchester United disappoint me because I know what we are. We are Moments FC. I know what we are. So like, I just take the good with the bad.
As well. You know what it is as well. Basically, we've lost.
For a man called Werner. Say that again. Sorry. Go on.
We've lost 3 of our last 4 games, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we've only played, well, altogether, I think we might have lost 4 or 5 games, and we've played 15 games in the league. So that means there's another 23 games. How many more games are we going to lose then? We have to count for because we're not going to win every game. Or how many points are we going to? How many more points are we going to drop now? So it's like, it's like when is it going to stop, really? But having said that, if I look to the Sarri season, I remember we lost 6-0 to City, we lost 4-0 to Bournemouth, we lost 2-0 to Arsenal. We got knocked out of both cups in like the space of a month. And Sarri was under serious pressure, and then I don't know what happened. Like the last 10 games of the season, the players just started playing, and then that went on to the Europa League, and we smashed Arsenal in the Europa League. So
I hear you. I hear you. Sorry, the reason why I cut you off, because El Pandrino says Werner is the German Darren Huckabee. I might start using that one, even though younger fans won't know who Darren Huckabee is, but that's a goodie still. Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
they're also saying that he's the German Igalo.
Nah, we ain't disrespecting a Gallo like that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Yan City and Ryan, yeah, used to Egypt, man. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? These two in the comments slandering my great team, and that is what it is. Anyway, yo, Devante, add any last thoughts before we close out the show? Let us know, my G, and bless for calling in as well.
Nice, man. Nothing more. Just thanks for having me on. Vent a bit.
Yeah, man. Get off your anytime. Anytime we need to vent here, shout me. Oh yeah. Use lot. Oh, that's a good game.
Yeah, and then we got City after that. So.
Okay. All right. Okay, we're gonna find out. It's gonna be interesting. Man, I said Werner's the German overtime, but yeah, bless Devante, big up, yeah, my guy.
Yeah, fair.
Respect. When is the next the new Q&A? So you're gonna get a Q&A tomorrow. Like I said, so tomorrow's lineup is you're gonna get the Sarcasm City podcast at 7 p.m. Obviously, that's a non-footballing podcast. We just talk current affairs, talk all types of wild shit. Like I said, I got some shit to get off my chest because it's been a good year. So
why are you swearing for?
Because I want to swear. It's my stream. I can do what the fuck I want. If I want to swear all day, fucking long on there, I will. All right. Don't fucking question me. Why am I swearing? Secondly, straight after that, you're on mute, love. You're on mute, darling. What's up?
Sunday tomorrow.
Yeah, it's Sunday tomorrow. Is it not?
I literally can hear you from next door as well, Flawless, man.
Or is it my bad? Are the neighbors complaining? My bad, big bro. Don't beat me up with it. Yes, it is Sunday. Well, it's Sunday technically tomorrow. Well, today now, innit? So yeah. Rich Sports, whenever you're ready. Obviously, we're going to open up the phone lines. We probably won't open up the phone lines tomorrow because we always plan to do a short stream. And then the next thing you know, you're 2 hours and 40 minutes into a stream. Or yesterday, 4 hours into a stream. So yeah, we probably won't. We did say over the Christmas period, though, we're going to open up the phone lines, and we did it on Christmas Eve and we did it on Christmas Day and we did it on Boxing. Yeah, we did it all 3 days. We did it. No, we didn't do it on Christmas. Wait, did we open up the phone lines on Christmas Eve? I can't remember. No, it was Christmas Day and Boxing Day.
Yeah, we didn't do it Christmas Eve.
So yeah, but you still got free shows. So you're gonna get the 4th Sarcasm City Sports Q&A in a row. Like I said, we're gonna keep the content rolling. So Sarcasm City podcast tomorrow at 7 p.m. Make sure you lock in. If you hit the subscribe button and then when you subscribe, you hit the notification bell, you'll get it. So and then 8:30 back in its regular slot. This very show here, the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. It'd be myself, Yan City. It might just be us two still. I don't know. We might just do a show of just us because we're such a great duo in it. You know what I'm saying? Don't want ads spoiling the thing and that. You feel me? But I'm joking, bro.
Talking crap again, man.
you know I got love for you, bro. It's all good.
Yeah,
see that?
cool.
Yo, Yan getting love from India and that. You know what I'm saying? Take your flowers. Man said from India, you know. That's nuts. You're watching all the way from India.
Makarov. That's the funny enough, that's the name of the bad guy from MW2. You know that game, Flawless? You don't play the Call of Duties.
I don't play Call of Duty. No.
You're a waste man then.
I don't play. Sorry, I'm not playing games in it. I got shit to do. My bad. You know what I'm saying? My bad. My apologies, in it. My apologies, little bro. But yeah, this has been 2 hours and 42 minutes. Jesus Christ, and that. 187 Gangster Crip. He says, "Big up, guys." He says, "Yan, sexy as always." Yan, are you gonna say thank you? Yeah. You gonna say thank you? There we go. Say it's Jesus Christ. There you, she throwing out love heart. She feel what you been drinking today. You never do that. Look at you in a good mood over there. Right, but yeah, I hope you lot have enjoyed the show. Please make sure you hit the like button on the video right now if you haven't already, because we've given you 2 hours and 42 minutes of great content. I mean, who else is doing this at this time on Boxing Day? So hit the like button. We was at 50 likes. I'm not sure how many we're on now, but make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also hit the notification bell. And like I said, we're back tomorrow. Big up everyone who's supporting. Big up everyone who dropped super chat too. We much appreciated. This has been 51 likes. That's large. Big up everyone who's tuned in. This has been the Boxing Day specials.